A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Look, Don. I've given in to you on a lot of things. You have the right to do another show. I give you full credit on all our programs. You can take a 2-week vacation each year. You even have the right to approve of the script. Now, what else could you possibly want?
Money.
Don, there are things much more important than money.
Well, maybe so, Jack.
No, wait a minute. You place too much importance on money. Don't you realize you can't take it with you?
I know, but I'd like to finger a little of it while I'm here.
Oh. Well, Don, everything else in the contract is satisfactory, isn't it?
Well, everything except Clause 11.
Clause 11?
Yes. That's the one that says I'm not allowed to eat during the broadcast.
Oh. Well, Don, I had that clause put in because of what happened a couple of weeks ago when you were eating a hamburger during the first part of the show.
So what if I ate a hamburger? I did my commercial all right, didn't I?
Yes, but your pear-shaped tones came out with onions on them. Remember, you can't do your level best with mustard dripping on your vest. So the no eating clause stays in.
Well, that's not important. But what about the money?
Don, I made my final offer. You don't have to sign it now. I'll go out and leave you alone so you can think it over all by yourself. I don't know. Sometimes Don can be so stubborn that
Hey, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
Has he signed it yet?
Not yet.
You want me to heat up the branding iron?
Oh, stop being silly. Anyway, I'm using the hunger treatment on him. Tell me, Rochester, were there any calls while I was in conference?
Yeah, Miss Barbara Stanley called. She's having a big party Saturday night, and she wants you to be there.
Good. Did she say white tie or black tie?
White coat, you're going to park cars.
Well, Rochester, did you mention to Miss Stanwyck that I'd be glad to play my violin for her guest?
Oh, I always do. But she said they were going to have Yasha Hypers for that.
Oh. Well, they probably would have had me, but Yasha can't park cars. Anyway, Rochester,
Hello.
Ah, poor Polly. You still haven't gotten over your cold.
Polly got a cold.
Gesundheit. You know, Rochester, it's your fault that Polly has this cold. You never should have let her out of the house last week.
But, boss, how was I to know she'd try to hatch a snowball? Hatch a snowball.
Gee, it's amazing. She got a cold in the head from that. Well, I think I'll go back in the den and see if Don has made up his mind yet. Well, Don, have you decided to sign the contract yet at the salary I offered you?
No, Jack, and I want to tell you something. Never in my life have I seen anyone quibble over such trivial amounts as you do. Your parsimony absolutely revolts me. I've got to tell you, Jack, that you are without a doubt The cheapest, most miserly man I ever met.
What? Don. Don, if you hate me, don't laugh like that. Don, never have I been hurt so by a friend. Now, how in the world can you say a thing like that about me?
Because it's true.
That's no excuse. Imagine talking like that about me. Not only have we been business associates, but I've been the best friend you've ever had. I've done more for you than anyone else.
Just a minute, Jack. What have you ever done for me? Name one thing.
All right, I will. How about during the war when you weren't getting enough food? Didn't I sell you Rochester's ration book? Didn't I?
Jack, that ration book was for shoes.
That didn't stop you. You ate them anyway. And another thing. Rochester, will you answer the door?
I'm getting it, boss. They're sure going after it hot and heavy.
Hello, Rochester.
Oh, hello, Miss Livingston. Come on in. The boss is in the den with Mr. Wilson.
Business or pleasure?
Business for Mr. Wilson, pleasure for Mr. Denny.
Oh, then they must be discussing Don's new contract.
Yes, ma'am, and they've been in there for over 5 hours.
Gee, Don must be tough. I remember when Dennis came over to talk about his new contract, he was out in just 20 minutes.
Yeah, his lawyer sprung him with a writ of habeas corpus.
Oh, Rochester. Well, anyway, maybe Mr. Wilson will be out in a few minutes.
I doubt it. It's hard to spring that much corpus.
Well, I'll just wait here for Jack.
Wait for Jack. Wait for Jack.
Oh, hello, Polly. Polly, want a cracker?
Polly want a Kleenex.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, don't worry, Polly. You'll be better in a few days. Oh, hello, Jack. I wanted to...
Just a minute, Mary. Now, what were you saying, Mary?
Nothing. May I say hello to Don now, or visiting hours over?
Well, Mary, I only locked the door so that no one could disturb Don while he's thinking. How are you?
Oh, fine, Jack, fine. I
Good.
just did a little shopping. I bought myself a new evening gown.
A new evening gown, huh? What color?
Well, it isn't a solid color. It's something brand new and the latest style out here in California. It's pure white with yellow spots.
White with yellow spots?
Uh-huh. It represents a Nord tree peeping through a snowdrift.
That's orange. Orange. Oh.
Oh, but you know, Jack, it's really a beautiful gown, and it has such a low neckline.
Gee, then the dresser must be skimpier than ever. Last season's necklines were so low. Gee, I imagine next year...
Stop thinking about it, Jack. Your little blue eyes are popping out.
Yeah. By the way, Mary, how come you bought a new evening gown?
For Barbara Stanwyck's party Saturday night.
Barbara Stanwyck is having a party?
Yes, a real swank affair. Everybody will be there.
Really?
Yes, Barbara told me they were having so many guests they even hired a man to park cars.
No kidding.
Don't act innocent. I was the one who recommended you.
Recommended you.
Oh, stop imitating Ronald Coleman.
All right. Now, excuse me, Mary. I want to go in the den and talk to Don for a minute. Well, have you signed the contract yet, Don?
No, Jack, not yet.
Well, I'll go out again. Let you think about it some more.
No, I can't think. I've been locked in here since early morning. I've eaten for hours. I'm starved.
Hungry? Well, look, Don. All you have to do is sign the contract and go out for lunch and get a nice big steak.
Steak?
Yes. Thick, juicy sirloin, covered with mushrooms.
Jack, please.
And on the side, a big baked Idaho potato, dripping with butter.
Please, Jack.
And nestling all around the lovely steak will be golden brown French fried onions. And for dessert you can have pie a la mode, covered with
Stop it!
cream.
Stop it! Stop it!
Well, look, Don, I'll leave you here in the den to think it over. I'll be back soon.
What about it, boss? Have he signed yet?
Not yet.
He's sure tough this time.
Yeah, look, Rochester, go in the kitchen, put some coffee on, start frying some bacon, and blow the fumes toward the den.
Oh, boss, you rascal, you.
Never mind, just go do it. And make a hamburger for me. I want to eat it in front of them.
Jack, what are you up to now?
Nothing. Say, Mary, I'm going to have to do something about a commercial for the show. Don didn't bring the sportsmen over.
Oh, yes, it is, Jack. They're out at the pool.
The pool, swimming?
No ice skating.
They are? Oh, yes, my pool is still frozen. I'll go out and talk to them. Gee, just look at them skating. Hey, fellas! Fellas!
You will see your level bed.
Pop on me when you want me like you spoke to Lucky Jackson. You'll agree. Isn't it scandalous? Snow in Los Angeles, but everybody knows that it never snows. Not clear. Whether it's snowing or cold winds are blowing, you'll still be on the lucky level when you smoke a lucky strike.
That was a wonderful number, boys, and it'll be... Uh-oh, the sun's coming out, and the ice is starting to... There goes the tenor. Oh, well, I'll fish him out later. Say, Mary, would you... Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I just got back in town a few minutes ago.
Yes, Jack. Dennis was just telling me that he was up at Big Bear for the winter sports.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I went up there with my mother and father. First, my father didn't want to go, but my mother made him.
Why, I thought your mother and father were mad at each other. Why would she make him go?
She heard the snow up there was 6 feet deep. My father's only 5 feet 4.
Oh, my goodness. What happened to your father?
Nothing. He was wearing elevator shoes.
Now, Dennis, stop making up those crazy things.
Okay.
Silly kid.
Say, Dennis, while you were up in the snow, did you do any tobogganing?
Yeah, I went down the toboggan slide 4 times, and it was awful. What people see in that ride, I'll never know.
Why? What happened?
I got my face all cut up and my knees scraped, too.
Well, Dennis, maybe you didn't know how to steer your sled.
Oh, sled!
Dennis, you mean you went down the toboggan slide without a sled?
Yeah,
On your stomach?
The other side hurt from ice skating.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Now, look, kid, what'd you come over here for anyway?
Tell you the song I picked for Sunday's show. It's Here I'll Stay. And I'm going to sing it at Barbara Stanwyck's party on Saturday night, too.
Oh, are you going to entertain at Barbara's party, Dennis?
Oh, no, I'm just a guest. The real entertainer will be Yasha Heifetz.
Yasha Heifetz. A lot of help he'll be at the party. I bet he hasn't even got a driver's license.
Will I see you at the party, Mr. Benny?
You sure will, kid. He'll be wearing top hat, white coat, and flashlight.
Yeah.
Gee, this is amazing. For once, I don't understand them.
Never mind, Dennis. Just let me hear your song.
Yes, sir.
Oh, just a second, Dennis. What time is it, Jack?
It's 10 to 3, Mary. Why?
Well, I've got an appointment at my dentist's office to have my teeth cleaned, and I want to be late.
You go to a dentist just to have your teeth cleaned? Why don't you do what I do?
Well, I tried it, Jack, but I can't stand the taste of soil off.
Mary, go ahead and sing, will you, kid?
Okay.
But here I'll stay with
I can find loving you and for here I'll stay. For that land is a candy illusion. It's the theme of a dream gone astray. And the world others woo, I can find loving you and for here I'll
Dennis, that was a wonderful song, but when you do it on the program, you ought to sing the verse a little faster so that you can retard the second chorus, and then the orchestra can come to a crescendo when...
He left, Jack.
Oh.
And I think I'd better go, too. I don't want to be late for my dental appointment.
All right. Say, look, Mary, I've got nothing to do till dinner. Would you like me to drive you over?
Oh, sure. My appointment won't take long.
Good. Then maybe we can take in a movie, too.
But, Jack, what about Don Wilson and his contract?
Oh, yes. Oh, Rochester! Rochester!
Yes, sir.
Here's the key. When Mr. Wilson starts screaming for food, throw him a fountain pen. Come on, Mary, let's go. Mary, which office is your dentist in?
Oh, he's way down at the end of the hall.
Oh. Say, Mary, look at those signs in the office on the office doors. Dr. Larson gone to the inauguration. Dr. Williamson gone to the inauguration. Dr. Leroy gone to the inauguration. Say, Mary, maybe your doctor won't be in.
Oh, yes, he will. He's a Republican.
Oh.
There's my dentist's office right across the hall.
Say, Mary, as long as I'm here, I think I'll have the dentist look at my teeth, too. I haven't had them checked in a long time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
May I help you people?
Yes, nurse. I have an appointment with Dr. Leland. I'm Mary Livingston.
Oh, you're just in time. Go right in the first office on your left.
Thank you.
Miss, while I'm here, I want to find out about my teeth.
Yes, sir. When did you leave them?
No, I'd like Dr. Leland to examine them.
Well, Dr. Leland has no appointments open. However, Dr. Nilsson has a cancellation. I'm sure he can take you.
Good.
I'll have to get some information first. Your name?
Jack Benny.
Occupation?
Violinist.
Really? Concert or stage?
A parking lot. I mean, I'm on radio, no?
Your age, please.
Well, how old would you guess me to be?
28.
Well, I'm really a little older than that. Guess again.
54.
For your information, I happen to be 39.
Oh. Well, Mr. Benny, the doctor's office is through the door over there. You may go right in.
Thank you. Oh, Doctor.
How do you do?
Look, Doctor,
Hey, don't tell me you have a toothache.
No. I only want you to...
Just sit down and leave the rest to me.
But, Doctor, all I want is... Doctor, why are you strapping me in the chair?
Well, the last time I pulled a tooth, I yanked too hard and threw the patient out the window.
Oh, my goodness, did his tooth come out?
All of me hit a fire plug.
Now, look, Doctor, I don't need an extraction. All I want you to do is examine my teeth.
Very well. Open your mouth, please.
Wider. Wider so I can look all the way back. Well, I can see everything now.
Doctor, do you have...
Stop talking. You're biting my ankle. I hope you'll forgive me, but I like to make a complete examination.
Oh, well, are my teeth bad?
No, but you better do something about that appendix.
Appendix?
Now, just hold still, and I'll complete the examination. Oh, excuse me. Yes?
Oh, Doctor, Don Amici just called, and he wants to know if you can clean his teeth this afternoon.
Oh, does it have to be done this afternoon?
Yes. Tonight he's going to a masquerade, and he wants to go with the lighthouse.
Well, all right. Tell Mr. Amici to come in this afternoon and lay out my dark glasses.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and by the way, nurse, send in my technician. I have to make an x-ray.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, now, before my technician comes in, I just want to make one final check. Open your mouth.
Doctor, why are you spinning my pivot tube?
I used to be a disc jockey.
A disc jockey?
And now I'd like to pull this next tooth for Sam, George, Milt, Tack, and all the boys at Hickey's Bar. And happy birthday to Jeanette.
Now, cut that out. Look, I just came here for an examination.
You sent for me, Doctor?
Yes, I have a patient here who requires an x-ray.
Oh, very well. You operate the camera, and I'll swing the chair around so you'll get a good picture.
Wait a minute. This x-ray man here, does he take good pictures?
Ooh, does he? He's made several dental pictures. Perhaps you've seen them. They played all the neighborhood theaters.
Dental pictures?
Yes. Sorry, wrong molar, mother wore braces, and that latest one was Jane Wyman, Johnny Bicuspid.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Now, look, Doctor, I haven't got all day. If your man is going to take this x-ray, let him take it.
Well, I'm going to take the picture. He's going to direct it.
What?
Now, tilt your head back, Mr. Benny, and on cue, open your mouth, raise your tongue, press it over toward your right cheek, smile.
Now, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Camera, roll 'em.
Doctor, don't move. We're trying for an Academy Award.
Look, all I wanted was a simple examination. That's all I
have
want.
the picture, Doctor. I'll have it developed in a minute.
Good. Mr. Benny, while we're waiting, just sit back and relax.
Thank goodness.
Now, Doctor?
Yes, now.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when
What is
she
this, anyway?
comes. She'll
But
be
what's this
coming
for?
round the mountain.
Wait a
when
minute.
she's coming round
Wait
the
a minute. Wait a minute! Doctor, what is this?
Yeah, our floor show. We can't afford magazines.
Oh, look. Now, look, make her keep quiet.
Here are the results of the x-ray, Doctor.
Let me see. Oh, yes. A wonderful picture. Too bad he wasn't bleeding. We could have got it in Technicolor.
Doctor, what does it show?
Just a moment. According to this x-ray, you have an abscess.
An abscess?
Yes, it's sort of a pocket.
Gee.
Oh, it's nothing to be alarmed about. Finding a little pocket under a tooth is very common. Although yours is unusual.
Why?
It has money in it.
Look, Doctor, if you think I'm going to stay in this
Now,
chair...
settle down. It'll only take a minute. Nurse, grab the patient by the hair and hold his head back.
Yes, Doctor.
Well, then grab him by the ear.
Doctor, I only came in here for an examination.
Doctor, I want to have a word with you.
Excuse me, it's my technician. Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, then you better help me. Nurse, hand me my forceps.
Forceps.
Novocaine.
Novocaine.
Needle.
Needle.
Swab.
Swab.
Burrs.
Burr.
Straight chisel.
Straight chisel.
Saliva ejector.
Saliva ejector.
Drill.
Drill.
Coat.
Coat.
Hat.
Hat.
Umbrella.
Umbrella.
Doctor, what are you doing?
Our lease is up. We're moving.
What? Come on, nurse. Doctor, let me out of this chair. Dr. Nelson. and gentlemen, an extra $1 million is needed to fight polio this year. The funds of the foundation were drained last year in taking care of an especially severe epidemic of infantile paralysis. We've got to replace those funds right now. So won't you please give something extra this year to the March of Dimes? Thank you. I'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Smoke a lucky to feel your level best. Smoke a lucky to feel your level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. It's good to know that fine tobacco can do this for you, and that's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as every smoker knows, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Remember, more independent tobacco experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen smoke Lucky Strike regularly than the next two leading brands combined. So when you choose your cigarette, remember that Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level, the lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a lucky to feel your level best. Smoke a lucky to feel your level best.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Don Wilson locked in Jack's den and Jack tied in the dentist's chair, it's up to me to say, don't forget to listen in to the CBS Sunday lineup, which includes the Prudential Hour, Spike Jones, Jack Benny, Amos and Andy, Lum and Abner, and Sam Spade.
Rochester, what a time I had. I spent the afternoon in a dentist's chair.
Well, we've been having a little excitement here, too.
Oh, has Don Wilson signed the contract yet?
No, but he ate 4 pens.
Oh. Well, I'm going up and go to bed. Good night, Don.
Listen to the Don Amici Show, your Lucky Strike. And don't forget to hear Dennis Day in A Day in the Life of Dennis Day.
And be sure to listen to the Jack Benny Show, transcribed at the same time next week.
CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a lucky to be your level best. Smoke a lucky to be your level best.
Your level best. That's just how you'll feel when you light up a Lucky, because Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. It's important to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, smooth, mild, thoroughly enjoyable tobacco. So next time you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the lucky level where you feel your best and do your best. Yes, smoke a Lucky to feel your level best.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Don Wilson, and yours truly, Dennis Day. I have to open the program this week because last week Mr. Benny locked Don Wilson in the den and won't let him out till he signs his new contract. So let's go out to Jack Benny's house in Beverly Hills where we... Wait a minute. Who's that coming up the walk? Gee, it's me. Hello, Rochester.
Oh, hello, Mr. Day. Come on in.
Thanks. Hey, Rochester, is Don Wilson still locked in the den?
Yeah, Mr. Benny won't let him out till he signs the contract.
Gee, I'll never forget the time I wouldn't sign my contract and he locked me in a room for almost 2 years.
He did?
Yeah, then he went around telling everybody I was in the Navy.
Oh, well, how'd you finally escape from the room? Who got you out?
MacArthur.
Well, I'll tell Mr. Benny you're here. He's in the den talking to Mr. Wilson.
What is it, Rochester?
Dennis Day is here.
Tell him to wait. I'll be out in a minute. Now, look, Don. Don, we've gone over this contract 10 times a day for a whole week, and still you won't sign it. Now, what is it you want?
Water. Water. Give me a glass of water. I'm so thirsty.
Then why are you stubborn? All you have to do is sign the contract. But no, you just stand there with your back to me. Now, Don, turn around. I want you to face me.
Sure. You know that when I look into your big blue eyes, I'm like putty in your hand.
Well, that's ridiculous, Don. What would I do with 290 pounds of putty? For heaven's sake.
But, Jack, I don't weigh 290 pounds anymore. You starved me for a week.
Say, Don, you do look as though you lost weight. Why don't you weigh yourself?
I can't. I put my last penny in your peanut machine.
Oh.
That salt is murder. Water! Water! Water!
You'll get it as soon as you sign the contract. I'll see you later.
But, Jack, I haven't been on the program for 2 weeks. What are you going to tell the sponsor?
I've already told him, Don, and he's very happy. He thinks you're in Kentucky picking tobacco.
Did he believe it?
He must have. He sent you an old straw hat. I'll see you later, Don. What a stubborn guy. Oh, well. Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky. To feel your level dance. Smoker. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Goodbye.
Goodbye? What do you mean, goodbye?
When you came in singing, I thought I was out of a job.
Now, that's silly, Dennis. You and I work so well together. Why, I wouldn't have such a good program without you.
Well, that's funny. I have a wonderful program without you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And you know, Dennis...
Oh, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
It's Polly again. Her cold seems to be getting worse.
Oh, my poor parrot. Rochester, didn't you do anything for her?
Yeah, all morning I've been giving her 4-way cold tablets.
What happened?
She laid a square egg.
How could she do that?
It wasn't easy.
Well, let's go in and take a look at her. Hello, Polly.
Polly got a cold. Polly got a cold.
Poor Polly. Polly, want a cracker?
Polly would have died.
Gesund.
Gesund?
Yeah, we don't mention height in this house. Polly has such a bad cold. Polly, not with my tie. Rochester, I think I'll rub some camphorated oil on her chest.
If you want to do that, boss, you'll have to take off her mustard plaster first.
Oh, yes. Come here, Polly. Daddy wants to take that mustard plaster off your chest. Hold still. Hold still. Now, don't be nervous. Now, Polly, stop carrying on. Daddy didn't hurt you.
I think you did, Mr. Benny. Look at all those feathers stuck to the mustard plaster.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Polly. I didn't know your feathers would stick to it. I'll get it, Rochester. Feeling low, feeling low. Oh, hello, Mary. Come on in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. You getting dressed to go out?
No, why?
You've got your toupee in your hand.
That's a mustard plaster. Polly's feathers are stuck on it.
Well, looks better than the thing you wore last night.
Last night?
What a toupee. The part went from ear to ear.
Mary, it just happened that someone yelled, "Hey, Jack," and I turned my head too fast. Now, come on in.
Say, Jack.
What?
I just talked to my sister Babe over the phone, and she feels awful. She's heartbroken.
Your sister Babe? Why?
Tyrone Power got married.
Well, what's she heartbroken about? Your sister Babe doesn't even know Tyrone Power.
Well, that's why she's so upset. For 2 years, she's been writing him love letters signed Linda Christian, and look what happened.
Well, your sister ought to get wise to herself. I remember the time she wrote a letter to Artie Shaw, and it wasn't even her turn yet. What a girl.
Well, Jack, you can't blame Babe. After all, she's not getting any younger, and she'd like to get married.
I know.
And she's really trying. She's been going to a beauty parlor every day for the past month.
Well, is it doing any good?
I don't think so. Yesterday, when she was out in the snow, a plane flew over and dropped her a bale of hay.
Good old Babe. I knew she could get it. Say, Mary, let's go into the library. I want to see how Polly's getting along.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mary.
Dennis, where's Polly?
She's up on the chandelier.
What?
My son.
Oh, Polly, get off of there. That's a light bulb. Imagine trying to hatch a light bulb. Polly, didn't your mother ever tell you about the people and the bees? Now, come down, Daddy, and stop flying around. What you need is rest. Get back in your cage and go to sleep.
You want me to sing to her, Mr. Benny?
Sing to her?
Yeah, I just recorded a lullaby for R.C.A. Victor, and I thought you and Polly might like to hear it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, go ahead, kid. Go ahead. applauding and go back to sleep. Dennis, that was a wonderful song, and you sang it beautifully.
Oh, stop repeating yourself.
What?
You said the same thing to Kenny Baker 12 years ago.
Well, look, if you don't want me to compliment you anymore, why, just... Mary, answer the phone, will you?
Okay. Hello. Mr. Benny's residence. Mary, the upstairs maid speaking.
Mary.
Who's calling, please?
Hiya, Livy. You one little warm spot that's left in California.
Oh, hello, Phil. When did you get back from Washington?
Holy smoke, is that where I was?
Phil, you know where you were.
Yeah. Hey, let me talk to Jeannie with the light green money.
Jack, it's Phil. He wants to talk to you.
Oh. Well, hello, Phil. When'd you get back?
I blew into town Friday.
What train?
No train, just blew in.
It hasn't been that windy. Say, Phil. Phil, how'd you enjoy yourself at the inaugural ball?
I had a wonderful time. Say, Jackson, did you see the picture in the paper of Alice with President Truman?
Yes, I did. Why didn't the president pose with you?
I'm from the South, son. No! Yeah. Hey, but the inaugural ball was great, Jackson. You know, it's amazing how them dignified senators and congressmen let themselves go at a dance. They do the latest steps. I even saw Senator Pepper doing the rumba.
The rumba?
Yeah, you know that Pepper ain't a bad shaker. Oh, Harris, your wit is exceeded only by your natural beauty.
Beauty? Phil. Buttons and booze. What else did you do on the trip?
What else? Didn't you hear me? I was on Fred Allen's program.
No, Wait a minute, Phil. You were on Fred Allen's program?
Yeah.
Well, you and Fred should make a wonderful combination. Ham hocks and vinegar puss. Brother, what a dull time you must have.
All right, hold it, Jackson. Calm down, Dad. Wait a minute. That Allen's a pretty clever comedian. He gets big laughs.
Well, it's easy to get laughs if you do what he does. He tells a joke, lifts up the bag under his right eye, and there's a life-size picture of Milton Berle. Look, Phil, outside of appearing with radio's only sponsored post-nasal drip, how did you enjoy New York?
Oh, it was exciting. And Jackson, you should have seen Manhattan. It's amazing.
Why?
They got snow just like here.
I know, Phil, I know. We ship our big flakes east. Each one that stamped Sunkissed on there. Incidentally, Phil, my picture opened in New York yesterday. Did you see the ads for it? It's called The Lucky Stiff. It's a comedy mystery.
The Lucky Stiff? Are you in it?
No. It stars Dorothy Lamour, Brian Dunleavy, and Claire Trevor. I happen to be the producer. I'm the one who put up the money.
You put up the what?
The money. Now, Phil.
Hello?
Who are you?
I'm the bartender in this joint. Your friend fainted.
Oh, that's a shame.
If you like, I'll talk to you until the nickel is used up.
Never mind. He calls me. Goodbye. What a fellow. Say, Mary, I've got to go to a meeting pretty soon, a very important meeting, so why don't you... Uh-oh. I guess Don Wilson wants me.
Jack, for heaven's sake, have you still got Don locked in the den?
Mary, it's his own fault. All he has to do is sign the contract, and he's a free man. Now, isn't that simple?
Yes, Warden.
Never mind.
Gee, Mr. Benny, why don't you let him out?
I'm not going to let him out until he signs the contract. And that reminds me, Dennis.
What?
In a couple of weeks, you come up for a new contract.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away.
Dennis.
Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day.
Dennis, that's enough. And don't be funny.
Well, I got to run along now.
Why, what's your hurry?
Well, I've got to go to Wilshire Boulevard and get on a bus and ride a block, and then I get on another bus and ride a block, and then I get on another bus and ride a block, and then I get on another
Wait a
bus
minute.
and...
Why do you have to get on all those buses?
Well, yesterday I left my hat on one of them.
Well, bon voyage. What a kid. Say, Mary, I've got to go to the meeting now.
Okay, I'll walk as far as the corner with you.
Oh, Rochester!
Yes, boss?
I'm going to my meeting now, and I may not be home for dinner.
Well, boss, as long as you're going to be out, can I have the night off?
But, Rochester, who's going to stay with Polly?
Polly Smiley, I got a date.
Oh, a new girl, eh?
Yeah. And say, boss, could you advance me, say, about $50?
$50? Who do you think I am, Rockefeller or Vanderbilt?
No, but she thinks I'm Amos or Andy.
Well, here's $5 and tell her you're the kingfish. Come on, Mary, let's go. Gee, you know, Mary, the weather's getting warmer out.
Yeah.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense.
Smoke a lucky.
To feel your level bell. Gee, that song is catching on fast, isn't
It
it?
just came out and I heard it on the hit parade already.
I know. Frankie spends me. You know, Mary, sometimes...
Hey, Jack, look who's coming down the street.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Mr. Kitzel. Say, Mr. Kitzel, tell me, are you... Gee, he didn't stop.
I guess he didn't have anything funny to say this week.
Could be. Well, I better leave you here on the corner, Mary. I'm afraid I'm late for my meeting.
Oh, that's all right, Jack. I'm in a hurry myself. I've got to rush over to the May Company.
Oh, clearance sale?
No, class reunion.
Class reunion?
Uh-huh. Look at my badge. Mary Livingston, class of 33, stockings cum laude.
Oh, well, enjoy yourself, Mary. And if you have time, come over tomorrow, and then we'll...
Jack, look out. That bus is pulling up to the curb.
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. By the way, I meant to tell
Oh,
you...
I haven't got time now. I've got to catch another bus.
Well, I hope you find your hat. See you tomorrow, Mary.
The weekly meeting of the Beverly Hills Beavers is now in session. Just a second, Mr. President. You can't call the meeting. One of our members isn't here yet. Which one? Mr. Benny.
He'll be here soon, Mr. President. When I came in, I saw him standing on the corner. He was talking to a girl.
A girl? What's her name?
I don't know, but...
Joey, stop that. Remember, you're only 9. Mr. President, I make a motion that Mr. Benny be fined for being late to the meeting. After all, what's more important, meetings or girls? Well, Butch, when you're our age, meetings are more important. Then, when you get a little older, girls are more important.
So when you're Mr. Benny's age again, it's back to the meeting.
Joey, stop talking unless you get the floor.
I'm sorry, Stevie.
Mr. President to you. Well, how about it, Mr. President? Let's fine Mr. Benny. But you can't punish a man like Mr. Benny by fining him. Money means nothing to him.
It doesn't?
No.
You're new in this neighborhood, ain't you, Bub?
Mr. Benny is one of the most generous men I've ever met.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello, fellow beavers. You know, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the meeting. A panhandler stopped me and asked me for a bite.
So you bit him. Now let's get on with the meeting.
Did I tell you that one before?
Every week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now that we're all here, let's get on with the business of the day. The purpose of our meeting today is to elect a treasurer for our club.
we have two worthy candidates, and we shall now hear the first of them speak. Go ahead, Joey.
Mr. President and fellow Beavers, I think I am worthy of being the treasurer of this club because I've been a member of the club for 3 years, I'm a hard worker, and I've never been elected to nothing. If I'm elected treasurer of the Beavers, the money will be safe with me because I'm only 9 years old and I don't go out with dames. And another reason the money will be safe is because I don't like expensive things like ice cream sodas or chocolate bars. I'm a jelly bean man myself. And you all know that jelly beans are 10 for a penny. I thank you.
Hear, hear! That's a very good speech, Joey. And now we will hear from the member who is running for re-election.
Mr. President and fellow Beavers. I have been your treasurer for a year now and have served you faithfully and well. I've invested your money wisely in an effort to curb inflation and bring down the high cost of jelly beans. These past few months, I've been working on a big deal in your behalf, which I've finally
consummated.
And now, it's my pleasure to tell you that the Beverly Hills Beavers own 10% of the Coca-Cola machine in the CBS lobby.
Mr. President, I should like to ask my worthy opponent to give us a financial statement of the past year.
I'll be glad to. I have it right here in this notebook. Treasurer's report of the Beavers. Dues collected in past year, $15.60. Fines collected, 30 cents. Grand total, $15.80.
That's 90 cents.
Oh, yes. Now, if it pleases our honorable secretary, I wish he would read the list of expenditures.
Yes, sir. Expenditures for 1948. 10 cents for comic book when Joey Clark was sick. 10 cents for comic book when Stevie Kent was sick. $3 for plasma when Jackie Benny was sick.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Well, if there's no further discussion, we'll hold the election right now. All those in favor of Joey for treasurer, raise their hands. Now, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, all those voting for Mr. Benny for treasurer, raise their hands. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Benny, you're only supposed to raise one hand.
I'm sorry, really. Did I raise 2 hands?
3. One had a shoe on it.
Oh, I was a little over-enthusiastic.
Now let's see those hands in favor of Mr. Benny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mr. Benny wins!
Mr. President, I make a motion we show our good feeling towards each other by singing our club song.
I second the motion.
All right, let's sing. 1, 2, 3.
For we are jolly good beavers, for we are jolly good beavers, for we are jolly good beavers. And we own a Coke machine.
Yes, sir. Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words make common sense. The smoker lucky to feel your level best. Well, I'm sure glad I was elected treasurer again. That Joey didn't have a chance. Well, I'm home in time for dinner. Now, where's my key? Oh, darn it, I dropped a quarter. Now, where did it... How do you like that? It rolled down a crack in the cement. I wonder if I can get it. No, it's too far down. Well, I know what to do. Now, this is what I want. Now, which crack did that quarter fall into? Oh, here it is. That'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the nation's fight against infantile paralysis continues relentlessly. But your contributions must keep rolling in to continue this fight. So please send your dimes and dollars to the March of Dimes. Let's all join in the fight against polio by contributing to the March of Dimes. Thank you. I'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Smoker Lucky, to be your level best. Smoker Lucky, to be your level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. It's good to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And that's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as every smoker knows, LSMFT, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Remember, Luckies are the overwhelming choice of the independent experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen, who can see the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy that fine, that light, that naturally mild tobacco. So when you choose your cigarettes, remember that Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level, the Lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be with you again next Sunday at the same time, same station. And we're going to have a very unusual program with Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price as our special guests. Gee, what that's going to cost.
What are you laughing at?
Who's laughing? I'm hysterical.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Feeling low,
Feeling tense.
these 8 words are common sense.
Smoke a Lucky
To be your level best.
Smoke a Lucky
To be your level best.
Your level best. That's just how you'll feel when you line up a Lucky, because Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best.
It's important to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And
LSMFT, LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, mild, ripe, thoroughly enjoyable tobacco.
So next time you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the Lucky level where you feel your best and do your best. So
Smoke a Lucky to feel your level best.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny with Phil Harris, Rochester's Dennis Day, Don Wilson, and yours truly, Mary Livingston. Ladies and gentlemen, today is my turn to make the opening announcement because Jack still has Don Wilson locked in his den. and he intends to keep him there till Don signs his new contract. As we look in on Jack's home, we find him and Rochester discussing the situation.
Boss, I don't like to butt into your affairs, but I think that if you won't let Mr. Wilson go, you ought to at least give him a little food. He's lost so much weight, his face is getting awful thin.
It is?
Yeah, this morning I peeked in at him through the keyhole and saw both his eyes peeking back.
Well, look, Rochester, I'll let Mr. Wilson out when he signs the contract and not before.
But, boss, he's desperate for food. You know that moose head hanging over the piano?
Don't tell me he ate the moose head.
No, the piano.
What?
And with those keys sticking out of his mouth, he looks like Don Amici.
Rochester, stop making up such silly things. I'll get it. Oh, hello, kids.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Jackson. Well, this is a coincidence, all three of you coming at the same time.
Well, Jack, it's no coincidence. We're over here to make a protest.
A protest?
Yes, just because Don won't sign his contract, you lock him up like a common criminal. It's awful.
It's humiliating.
It's insulting to his dignity.
Oh, it is, eh? What have you got to say about it, Dennis?
Nothing. Tenors are a dime a dozen.
Well, look, kids, I don't think this is any of your business. I happen to be the boss of my program, and I'll run things the way I want to.
Well, we're making it our business.
Oh, you are, eh? Let me tell you something. A business is like a ship, and whether it sinks or floats depends upon the captain. And you know what it is when the crew revolts against the captain.
Yeah, it's matinee.
That's mutiny! Matinee. I'm ashamed of all of you, but you the most, Mary. Imagine you being the ringleader after all I've done for you. Took you from nothing, put you on the radio, and made a big star out of you.
Oh, some big star. If I didn't double at the Burbank Theater, I'd starve to death.
The Burbank Theater?
Gee, ball of fire, Livingston.
All right, now listen, all of you. Now listen, my business dealings with Don Wilson don't concern you. The only things you should be interested in are your own contract.
Well, I got a beef on that, Jackson. Look at the way you got me to sign my last contract.
What are you talking about? You signed it in 5 minutes.
I know, but look at the way you tortured me. You shoved a billiard ball in my mouth and locked me in a room with a bottle of bourbon.
Gee, Phil, what did you do?
I had to knock out my front teeth.
To get the ball out?
No, to get the bourbon in.
Now, look, kid.
You're better off than I am, Phil. Mr. Benny signed me to the longest-term contract in radio.
How long is your contract with Jackson, kid?
I don't know, but when I signed it, he slipped a ring on my finger and said, "Till death do us part."
Why, you kids should be happy you're working for me. There's something to be proud of.
Well, I still think it's humiliating. Particularly that clause you have in my contract saying that if anything terrible happens to my sister Babe, you have the right to use it on your program.
Well, Mary.
Well, Babe wrote me and said she's fed up with it, all those terrible things you say about her, like she's modeling harnesses, or she was voted Miss Lower Plate Wobble, or a plain floor and Dr. Bale of hay. You gotta stop that, Jack.
Okay. By the way, how are things going with your sister Babe?
Oh, fine. She meets Gorgeous George at the Olympic Wednesday.
Did you write that down, Rochester?
Got it.
Good.
Jack, there's John rattling at the door. He must be starved.
Yeah, Jackson, unlock that door so we can talk to him.
I will not.
Jack, open that door. We want to talk to Don.
Oh, all right. We'll talk to Don. Well, Don, are you going to sign that contract?
I won't. Who's there with you? Who are those people?
Well, Don, don't you recognize us? I'm Mary, and there's Phil and Dennis.
I don't know these people. Get them out of here, Jack. They're just here to torture me.
Now, look, Don.
Don, I'm your friend, Mary Livingston.
Oh, yes, Mary. Mary, please talk to Jack about my contract. Dennis, tell Jack to give me a fair deal. Tell him how lousy he is.
Oh, he knows that.
Quiet, kid.
You better sign that contract, Don, till you ain't round and firm anymore.
Now, why don't you listen to reason? And then, who's that?
Oh, look out the window, Mr. Benny. It's your quartet.
The sportsmen? I wonder what they want.
Jack, that's the only pleasure I get. They come over every day and serenade me. Raise the window, Jack. Please.
Okay.
Go ahead, fellas. Sing to me.
If you had the wings of an angel, over these prison walls you could fly. If you could fly. And then you could light up a lucky and write Honest John in the sky, up in the sky. Oh, we miss you, dear Don, we all miss you. And we're hoping that you won't be there long. Won't be there long. But if Jack keeps you in there forever, just smile and sing the words of this song. I'm feeling low, I'm feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a lucky to be the level best. Smoke a lucky, and we assure that you will always be the very level best, level best.
That was very nice, boys. Now close the window. Don, that quartet touched a soft spot in my heart. Now, I'll give you that raise you were holding out for. Now, sign the contract and go home.
Okay. Give me the pen. I'll sign. There. I did it. I'm free. Do you hear me? Free!
Don, look out for the window. Oh, my goodness, he jumped.
I'm free!
Gee, it's too bad he ran away so fast. I was going to give him a new suit and a $5 bill. Now, look, kids, I hope you all learned something from this. Now that I let Don out, I don't want to have trouble with anyone else. From now on, when we have rehearsals, be on time, pay attention to your job, and take direction from me, and there'll be no trouble.
Direction from you?
Certainly. I've been in radio for 17 years, and I know how things should be done. That's why I'm so much in demand.
In demand? Wait a minute, Dad. You told me you were going to be on the Ford Theater last Friday night, so I tuned in and heard Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price. You weren't even on.
Well, Phil, they begged me, but at the last minute I couldn't make it.
Begged you? That isn't what Claudette told me.
Mary, we're not discussing that now.
What did Claudette tell you, Mary?
Mary, if you say one word, I'm leaving the room. I don't want to hear this silly talk.
I don't care. I'm going to tell him.
All right, then. I'm going out.
Go on, Livy, tell us.
Well, here's what happened. Last week, when Jack heard that Claudette Colbert was going to be on the Ford Theater program...
Yeah?
He immediately called up Mr. Marshall, the director of the show, and tried to get on it, too. He couldn't wait to get to the phone and call Mr. Marshall. Hello, Kenyon and Eckhart, radio advertising agency.
May I speak to Mr. Markle, please?
Who's calling?
Jack Benny.
What's your hooper?
28.9.
Oh, then Mr. Markle will talk to you.
Thank you.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Mr. Markle. Mr. Markle, this is Jack Benny.
Yes, Mr. Benny. What can I do for you?
Well, I understand that Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price are appearing on your Ford Theater program.
That's right.
Well, I thought perhaps you might like to use me instead of Vincent Price.
Mr. Benny, didn't you do personal appearances in Europe last summer?
Yes, I did.
And you just finished producing a picture called The Lucky Stiff?
Uh-huh.
And didn't you just sell your program to CBS?
Yes, that's right.
Well, please let somebody else make a buck, will you?
Mr. Markle, it's not a question of money. It's a matter of proper casting. Now, does Miss Colbert know that you have Vincent Price?
She picked him.
Well, don't you think it would be better if we...
No.
Now, wait a minute. Mr. Markle, if you give me the job, I can save you money.
You can?
Yes, I can not only act, but I can play in the orchestra. You see, I'm also a violinist. So, you see, by doing two jobs for the same salary, I'll be beating Vincent's Price. Hey, that was a good one. Mr. Marco. Mr. Marco.
Just a moment, please. I'm cutting my wrists.
I'll wait. I mean, wait a minute. Look, there's no need for bloodshed. Now, Mr. Markle, if you don't mind, I'll call Miss Colbert and take the matter up directly with her.
I wish you would.
Thank you. Goodbye. Now, let's see. I'll look Claudette's number up in the phone book here. Here we are. Caldwell, Cauldron, Colfax, Cold Cut. I used to go with a girl named Cold Cut. Blossom Cold Cut. See, here we are. Colbert. Oh, here it is. Claudette Colbert. Crestview 73872.
Hello?
Hello, I'd like to speak to Claudette Colbert, please.
This is Miss Colbert speaking.
Oh, hello, Claudette. Guess who this is?
Well, really, I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, you know me very well. Come on, guess.
Well, now...
Remember a few years ago at Paramount? Who had the dressing room next to yours?
Oh, hello, Dorothy.
Dorothy? Look, this isn't L'Amour. Look, Dorothy's dressing room was on one side of yours. Now, who was on the other side?
That was a washroom.
Only part of it. Claudette, this is Jack.
Oh, Jack, hello. Jack who?
Look, Jack Benny. And Claudette, you'll never guess why I'm calling.
You're starting a pyramid club.
I mean, besides that, look, one of the reasons I called is to tell you that I saw your latest picture, Family Honeymoon, and I thought you were wonderful in it.
Oh, thank you.
You were really marvelous. I thought your characterization, your sincerity, and your comedy interpretation surpassed anything I've ever seen on the screen.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you, Jack. And I want to congratulate you on
what, Claudette?
What have you been doing lately?
Lately, I'm with Columbia now.
Oh, well, how are things on Broadway at night?
No. You're thinking of Eastern Columbia. See, I'm with CBS.
Oh.
But look, Claudette, here's what I want to talk to you about. You see, Fletcher Markle, the director of the Ford Theater, just called me about the show you're going to do.
Called you?
Yes. And he suggested that I play the part of your husband in the sketch.
But I understood Vincent Price was playing the part.
Well, he was scheduled to, but if you want me, all you've got to do is speak up. I said all you've got to do is speak up. Claudette.
Just call me Johnny Belinda.
Oh. Well, I wish you'd think this over because it would really be a wonderful break.
Especially for me.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Let's say it'll do us both a lot of good. Shall we?
Would you mind hanging up?
Now, wait a minute, Claudette. How about the idea? Huh?
Honestly, Jack, I have nothing to do.
Now, look, Claudette, I've got another idea. Why can't
Will you please deposit 5 cents for an additional 3 minutes?
3 minutes already? Just a second. Would you mind dropping a nickel in, Claudette?
You called me, remember?
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking of? Here, I've got a nickel. There. Gee, it doesn't seem like we've been talking for 3 minutes, does it, Claudette?
You ought to be on this end.
Oh. Well, to come to the point, when do you start rehearsing for the play?
Tonight at my house, but I don't think
tonight, well, look, at your house. At what time?
No, Jack, 8 o'clock. I really don't think
8 o'clock? Well, thanks, Claudette. See you tonight. I'll read the part, and Vincent Price will read the part, and may the best man win.
I hope so.
I knew you'd be plugging for me. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, by the way, Claudette, shall I come for dinner? Claudette! Gee, that second 3 minutes went fast.
you know, kids, after that, you think Jack would have sense enough to stay away, but not little Blue Eyes.
No kidding.
No, at 8 o'clock sharp, he showed up at Claudette Colbert's house.
Gee, Claudette has a nice home.
Yes, sir?
Miss Colbert is expecting me for rehearsal. I'm Jack Denny.
All right, this way, Mr. Benny. May I take your hat and coat?
Here you are.
Thank you. Well, it's the first time I ever saw a hat with a bird nest in it.
Give me that. It came off.
Oh. They're going to rehearse in the drawing room, Mr. Benny. I'll show you in.
Thank you.
Mr. Price is already here.
Oh, he is? One of those anxious guys, eh? Well, Mr. Vincent Price. I'm Jack Benny, the movie star.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mr. Price? So the two rivals meet, eh?
Rivals? What do you mean?
Well, perhaps I should let Claudette tell you, but it looks like I'm taking your place on the Ford Theater program.
That's ridiculous, old boy.
Oh, no, it isn't. You see, at rehearsal tonight, you and I are both going to read the part. And, of course, the best man will win.
The best man?
Yes.
Mr. Benny, when only two people are involved in a statement, the comparative is used. You don't say the best man will win, you say the better man will win.
Oh.
Now, if three or more people are involved, then the word best is the correct adjective.
I see.
So before we compete for this part, Mr. Benny, it might be well if you first learn to speak English.
Well, for your information, Mr. Price, I went to Waukegan High School for 4 years, and I excelled in English. In fact, I got 99 every single term.
Well, ain't that ginger peachy?
Now, cut that out! I've heard of sore losers in my life, but this guy takes the cake.
Just step right in here, Mr. Markle. Miss Colbert will be with you shortly.
Thank you. Oh, hello, Vincent.
Fletcher, old boy, how are you?
Fine.
Hello, Mr. Markle.
What are you doing here?
Well, I just thought I'd drop around and see if
Now, listen, Fletcher. I don't know what this is all about, and I demand an explanation. Am I or am I not going to appear opposite Miss Colbert?
Of course you are.
Then what is this schlemiel talking about?
Schlemiel?
Yes, S-H-L-E...
I know how to spell it. I didn't get 99 in English for nothing. Now, let me tell you something.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, look, here's Claudette.
Oh, hello, Claudette. How are you, darling?
Well, everybody's here now.
Just set the coffee on the table, Richard.
Yes, madam.
Coffee, Fletcher?
No, thank you.
Vincent?
Yes, please.
I'll have a cup, too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here you are, Jack.
Thanks. Gee, Claudette, this is the better coffee I ever tasted.
The word is best.
There are only two of us drinking it. Make up your mind. For heaven's sake. Well, we're all here, so let's get started with the rehearsal.
Richard, you may take the cups away now.
But Mr. Benny hasn't finished his coffee yet.
Oh. Well, you can take his cup. He's drinking out of a saucer.
Oh, I'm through now, so let's get going with the contest. I mean, the rehearsal.
Just one moment. Fletcher, let's get this settled for Mr. Benny's benefit. Is he or is he not replacing me in the play?
Certainly not. That's ridiculous.
Of course it's ridiculous.
I think it's absurd.
You stay out of it. Just take my saucer like you were told. Smart Alec.
Now, please, let's get on with the rehearsal. Now, Mr. Benny, if you insist on staying, take a chair and be quiet.
Yes, sir. Oh, Claudette, is it all right if I have some of these walnuts here?
Certainly, help yourself.
Thanks. See, they're big ones.
Now, Claudette, if you and Vincent are ready, please to begin.
Boy, these nuts are good.
Claudette, in this play, you're a wealthy society girl who's married to a New York stockbroker. That's you, Vincent. But, he doesn't love you, Claudette, and as the French say, it's a marriage of convenience.
That was a tough one.
Mr. Benny, will you please stop eating those nuts?
Claudette said I could. Anyway, Mr. Market, I don't want to sit around here like a bump on a log. If I can't have the lead in the play, isn't there something I can do?
All right. If it'll make you happy, you can play the part of the butler.
butler.
Here's your script.
Thanks.
Now, remember, Claudette, you're the wife. Vincent, you're the husband who doesn't understand her. And Jack...
I'm the butler whom Claudette really loves.
You're the butler, that's all.
Don't shout at me. I'm old enough to be your brother. Heavens to Betsy.
All right, Claudette. Now, you start the scene. Remember, your husband is 2 hours late for dinner, and you're a nervous wreck.
I understand.
Now, go ahead. You call the butler.
Yes. Oh, Smedley. Smedley.
Yes, madam. Smedley, yes. What is it, madam?
Are you sure my husband hasn't phoned?
No, madam. Shall I serve dinner?
No, Smedley, no. I'm much too upset to eat. I've been under such tension all day. I feel so miserable and low.
Oh. Feeling low. Feeling tense.
Jack.
These 8 words are common sense.
Jack.
Smoke a lucky to feel your level better.
That's not in the script.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some butler was singing commercials yet.
Yeah.
Now, Claudette, at this point, the husband enters the room. Go ahead, Vincent, make your entrance.
Okay. Good evening, darling. So sorry I'm late.
Oh, Michael, you're always late, and you're always sorry. It's been like this for months. What's come between us? If I only knew, maybe we could work things out.
Oh, it's nothing, my dear. It's just that I've been so busy lately at the office. Now, let's forget it. Come here and give me a kiss, and perhaps we can...
Dinner served? Oh, pardon me. I came in too soon.
I can't just kiss you and forget it, Michael. We must come to some understanding. This can't go on forever.
Gwen, let's be adult about the whole thing, shall we? Every night it's the same argument, this constant nagging. I tell you, I've been working at the office.
But I phoned your office, and they said you left at 2 this afternoon.
Well, I had business at the bank. Do I have to explain my every move to you? Your jealousy is driving me insane.
This one's got a worm in it. I'll put it back in the bowl.
Jack, stop interrupting. Now, continue, Claudette.
Oh, it's no use, Michael. I know you're lying. Look at you. Everything you say, everything you do gives you away. We must reach a definite understanding.
Well, you can keep on talking. I'm going to have dinner.
But, Michael, I can't go through with another day of this uncertainty. I must know. Do you love me or not?
Of course I love you.
You're lying, Michael, lying.
Very well, then, I'm lying. You might as well know the truth, my dear. I've never loved you, never.
Gee.
And if you weren't so stupid, you'd have known it long ago.
Michael, what are you saying?
I married you for your money, that's all. Gosh. Everybody else knew it. And if you weren't such a blind little fool, you would have realized it yourself.
Oh, stop! Michael, stop!
Well, Glenn, now that you know how things stand, the sooner you divorce me, the happier I'll be.
No, I'll never divorce you, Michael. I couldn't live without you. I couldn't.
Tears. Oh, stop the dramatics.
Michael!
I'm moving to my club. Smedley, pack my clothes.
I wouldn't touch your dirty clothes.
Please be quiet, Jack. Continue, Vincent.
Well, goodbye, Gwen. I'm going to the club. Our attorneys can get together tomorrow.
Don't go, Michael. Please don't go.
Stop hanging on to me.
But I won't give you up. I won't.
Stop it, I say. Let go of me.
No.
Then take that.
That does it. Striking a woman. Put up your dukes, Mr. Price.
What?
Come on, fight. Ooh.
Well, look at Benny. He's out cold.
Vincent, you shouldn't have hit him so hard.
I didn't hit him.
I did, madam. Shall I throw some cold water in his face?
No, we'll just go in the other room and rehearse. Come on, Vincent, and bring the walnut.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Smoke a lucky to be a level best. Smoke a lucky to be a level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. It's good to know that fine tobacco can do this for you, and that's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as you know, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. No wonder more independent tobacco experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen smoke Lucky Strike regularly than the next two leading brands combined. Yes, Luckies are the overwhelming choice of the men who really know tobacco.
So when you choose your cigarette, remember that Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level, the lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best.
Feeling low.
Feeling tense.
These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
That Mary has a lot of nerve.
Oh, Jack. Jack.
Oh, hello, Claudette.
What are you sitting on the curb for?
Oh, it's all your fault. You told Mary what happened at your house the other night, and now she's inside telling it to Dennis and Phil. And you know Mary. She'll put in a lot of things that aren't even true.
Yeah, yes, I know. By the way, Jack, how's your nose?
Well, it's a little better, but it still hurts. Good night, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in to the CBS Sunday lineup, which includes the Prudential Hour, Jack Benny, Amos and Andy, Sam Spade, and Lemon Abner. Don't miss Don Amici and Your Lucky Strike every afternoon. And listen to Dennis Day in A Day in the Life of Dennis Day. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Feeling low.
Feeling tense.
These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
Your level best. That's just how you'll feel when you line up a Lucky, because Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. It's important to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, mild, light, ripe tobacco that means real smoking enjoyment for you. So next time you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the lucky level where you feel your best and do your best. Yes, smoke a Lucky to feel your level best.
The Lucky Strike Program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, February 14th, is Valentine's Day, and it's also the birthday of the star of our show. So here he is, Jack Valentine Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, that was very nice of you to remember my birthday. How did you ever think of it?
Well, Jack, a strange thing happened last night. I ate at that Chinese restaurant you recommended.
Uh-huh. And, Don, I hope you broke open one of those rice fortune cakes.
Oh, yes, I did. And the little paper said, "'Tis better to give than to receive, and Monday is Jack Benny's birthday."
And what did you bring me for a present, Don?
Well, it was too late to go shopping, so I brought you a pocket full of fried rice.
Too late to go shopping. I told you to have lunch there, not dinner. Anyway, Don, I'll take the rice. There's a friend of mine getting married Wednesday. Thanks very much.
Well, tell me, Jack, how does it feel being a year older?
Don, I don't know. It seems strange to advance another year, but then on the other hand, there's something exciting about reaching 40. Yes, sir.
Well, Jack, you may be 40, but I must say you look much younger.
Well, Don, it's nice of you to say that, but let's face it. I mean, my age is beginning to show, a little wrinkle here, a gray hair there. Time marches on. Now, let's get on with the program.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Before we get into the show, I have a little surprise for you.
A surprise, John?
Yes. Now, the whole audience is going to join in. All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks very much.
Oh, wasn't that nice, Jack?
Yes, very nice, Don, but
But what?
Well, I was watching one fellow sitting in the front row, and he didn't sing at all. As a matter of fact, he had a frown on his face, and I'm just curious to know why. Oh, Mister.
Me?
Yeah, would you mind coming up here on the stage for a minute?
Okay.
Now, look, Mr.
Fink. F-I-N-Q-U-E. Fink.
Well, Mr. Fink, I'm just curious to know, you were the only one who didn't sing happy birthday to me. Why was that?
Do you sing to me on my birthday?
No, but then how can I? I don't even know when your birthday is.
It's December the 24th, and all you hear people singing is Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way. Not one word about Fink.
Well, that's too bad. Now, look, Mr. Fink.
F-I-N-Q-U-E.
I know.
Yeah, that's French.
Yes.
In Paris, it's Finke.
I don't care what it is. All I want to know is if you've got this chip on your shoulder, why did you come in here in the first place?
Who wanted to come in? I was standing in line for the Amos and Andy show, and some guy came over and told me that they was giving away refrigerators in here.
Giving away refrigerators?
In radio, a program's either got to give you entertainment or a refrigerator. Now, where's my icebox?
You're not getting an icebox, so go sit down.
Okay. 12 programs this week, and I still ain't got a stick of furniture.
Keep quiet, please. Don, regardless of what just happened, I do appreciate...
Hello, Don.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, Mary. It was awfully sweet of you to remember it.
Well, Jack, I must confess that I forgot all about your birthday, but a strange thing happened. Remember yesterday when you said I looked like I was gaining weight?
Yes.
Well, today as I came in the lobby of CBS, I stepped on the scale to weigh myself.
Uh-huh.
And a card came out saying, you weigh 112 pounds, you are kind of dogs, and tomorrow is Jack Benny's birthday.
No.
I couldn't believe it either, so I put in another penny, and a card came out that said, don't stand here all day, you got shopping to do.
Oh, well, did you do it?
Oh, I'll have something for you tomorrow.
Good, that's my birthday anyway. And just think, Mary, tomorrow I'll be 40.
40, eh?
Yes, 40.
Jack, let me ask you something.
What?
Many years ago, you were in vaudeville, weren't you?
Yes.
And many times you were on the same bill with Eddie Cantor.
Yes, I was.
And at that time, you and Cantor were the same age, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
Well, Jack, today Eddie Cantor admits that he's over 50. How come you're only 40?
Oh, I don't know. Just lucky, I guess. Anyway, Mary, now that I'm approaching middle age, I'll have to slow down the mad social whirl and cut down my nightlife a little, you know?
Oh, some nightlife. You have a hamburger at Simon's, squeeze the waitress's hand, and then run home and dream you're Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn. Mary, if you're so smart, let me ask you a question. If I was born in 1909, how old would I be today?
Don't answer him, sister. He ain't giving away nothing.
You keep out of this.
Who's that?
Some guy named Fink.
F-I-N-Q-U-E.
I know. Don't pay any attention to him, Mary. There's one in every audience.
By the way, Jack, my sister Babe wanted to send you a birthday card, but she didn't know your address, so she sent it to me.
Your sister, Babe? Oh, have you got the card with you?
Yes, I'll read it to you. Congratulations. It's wonderful to be 40, Jack. I've been there twice, and I'm coming back.
Say, that's kind of cute.
Oh, Babe has a wonderful sense of humor.
Yeah. Remember the time she painted an extra toe on your uncle's foot and he thought he had 7?
Not only that, but how about the time...
Now, wait a minute, Mary. This is all very funny. It's very funny, but I think you stalled long enough.
Stalled? What do you mean?
Well, you know, every year on my birthday, you always give me a big kiss.
Oh, well, Jack, I sort of figured now that you're getting older, well, you might not be interested in kissing anymore.
Oh, I'm not, eh? Come here and I'll show you. There. How was that?
Thank you, Errol Flynn.
You said it. Now put me down. Thanks. I just wanted to show you that being 40 doesn't... Oh, hello, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, you're just in time for your song.
Okay, Mr. Benny. I'm glad I got here in time. On the way down, I had to stop off at our family doctor's office and punch him in the nose.
You punched your doctor in the nose?
He had it coming. My mother told me what he did.
What?
When I was born, for no reason at all, he slapped me.
Dennis.
And my back was turned, too.
Dennis, never mind that. Let's have your song.
Okay, but first, congratulations on your birthday.
Oh, well, it's awfully sweet of you to remember it, kid.
I never would have thought of it if you hadn't given me that ticket to the burlesque show last night.
Now, never mind, Dennis.
What did the burlesque show have to do with it?
Well, a girl came out to do a dance. Her bubble broke and a sign fell out saying Monday is Jack Benny's birthday.
Dennis.
You must be popular. Boy, what applause you got.
All right.
They whistled and everything.
Dennis.
What a fuss over a man's birthday.
Dennis, you found out it was my birthday. That's all that matters. Now, come on, let's have your song.
Okay. Gee, when I'm 40, I hope I don't look like him.
What did you say?
Sing, Dennis.
That's better. Go ahead.
Clouds hang low over the trees. Let the winds that blow go where they please. When you're near, I hear melody start. There's a bluebird singing in my heart. I want to dance in the street and say to people I meet, she's mine, all mine. I want to shout to the sun and say, come out to the sun. It's time to shine. So when things go wrong, la 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 la, I still have my song, la 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 la. Since you came along, la 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 la, there's a bluebird singing in my
sung by Dennis Day. Very good, Dennis. That was wonderful.
Congratulations on your birthday.
Dennis, you congratulated me already. Forget it.
I tried, but I can't get that bubble dancer out of my mind.
Well, force yourself. Say, Mary.
You know, Mr. Benny, it must be nice to have your birthday come on Valentine's Day.
Yes, kid, but there's only one thing against it. You know, so many famous people were born in the month of February. Longfellow, Lincoln, Washington. It makes it hard for me to be outstanding.
I can imagine.
Of course, I don't want you to think for a minute that I'm comparing myself to a man like Washington.
Why not? Washington wore a wig, too.
Very clever, very clever. Did you make up that joke yourself, Mary?
Uh-huh.
And you, like that type of joke?
Yeah, I thought it was very funny.
I see. Hello, May Company? You can take the candle out of the window. Mary's coming home. You better watch it, sister. Another gag like that.
Hiya, Jackson. You sure look nifty, even though tomorrow you're going to be 30.
What? Wait a minute, Phil. Nifty doesn't rhyme with 30.
I know, but it's better than breaking an old man's heart. Hiya, Liv.
Hello, Phil.
Hey, here you are, Jackson. I brought you a little birthday present.
Well, Phil, this is really too much to think that you, of all people, would remember my birthday.
Well, a funny thing happened. Last night I was in a bar, and I happened to look up, and I saw a little sign that said Monday's Jack Benny's birthday.
Phil, that was written on the ceiling?
No, under the table.
I knew you'd see it.
Jack.
What?
Jack, why don't you open the present Phil gave you?
Phil's present?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Phil, this is swell.
What is it, Jack?
One glove. Phil, why in the world would you give me only one glove?
You never take your right hand out of your pocket anyway.
Now, wait a minute.
Hey, Jackson, look, all kidding aside, how old are you going to be tomorrow?
40.
Jackson, will you lay that on me again? I've been rehearsing my band and my ears are still folded.
I said I was going to be 40.
What are you talking about? You got toupees older than that.
Toupees?
And that's a factor, Max. Oh, Harris, you may not be with Columbia, but you're the gem of the ocean.
Phil, is that a natural point on your head, or are you advertising a pyramid club? You can tell some of the most awful...
Jack, it's getting kind of late. Don't you think we ought to get started with that hillbilly sketch we're going to do tonight?
I'm glad you brought that up, Don. We're not going to do that sketch. From now on, we're going to do the finer type of play like they do on dramatic shows. After 17 years, about time this show got a little class.
Well, Dad, if you want to class things up a little, next week I'll have the band wear tuxedos.
Phil, if you can just get them to tuck in their shirts, I'll be happy. Anyway, kids, from now on, we're going to do a higher class of comedy. The kind
Happy
that...
birthday, Mr. Benny.
Huh?
That bubble dancer's driving me nuts.
Dennis, go sit down.
Jack, what do you want to change your program for?
Well, Don's right. Last week you tried to get on the Ford Theater with Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price, and you know what happened. Fletcher Markle, the director, thought you were terrible.
Oh, he did, eh? Well, if Mr. Markle thought I was so terrible, why did he give me a contract to appear on the Ford Theater March 4th?
No kidding, Jackson. You going to be on the Ford Theater?
Yes, sir, on March 4th. And just wait till you hear the performance I give. It'll live. It'll sparkle. It'll bubble. Forget about that girl. Anyway, kids, I've got a contract to appear on the Ford Theater March 4th, and I can't wait till I get on it.
What play are you going to do, Jack?
The Horn Blows at Midnight. What? You heard me. I'm going to do The Horn Blows at Midnight.
You wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't, Dave. Just wait and see.
Well, Jackson, that proves you must be at least 60.
Why?
Nobody could get that much guts in 40 years.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't care what any of you kids think. I'm going to prove once and for all that The Horn Blows at Midnight is a great story.
That's telling, Mr. Benny.
Thanks, Dennis. Did you see the picture?
Yeah, I saw it 4 years ago when I was in the service.
Oh, did the Navy show my picture to the boys?
No, to the Japs, but I snuck in.
All right, you can all say what you want to, but I'm going to do The Horn Blows at Midnight.
Now you're talking. My wife saw that picture, and it was wonderful.
It was, Mr. Fink?
Yeah, they let her in for nothing, and they gave her 4 sets of dishes.
Well, why didn't you go?
I'm holding out for an icebox.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Now, kids, getting back to the show that I'm going to do...
say, Jack, before you go any further, I think it's time for the song by the quartet.
Oh, yes, that's right. Are the sportsmen here?
Yeah. Come on in, fellas. Now, Jack, these boys want to dedicate this number to you on the happy occasion of your birthday because this song has been associated with you for years.
Well, that's very nice, Don.
Come on, fellas, take it.
Can it be the trees that fill the breeze with fragrance that we all like? Oh, no, it isn't the trees, it's Lucky Strike. Can it be the sun that's so much fun when you are out on a hike? Oh, no, it isn't the sun, it's Lucky Strike. Way down in Kentucky, they planted a seed. It grew to a lucky to give you that smoking value.
That's beautiful.
Is it all a dream, this joy supreme that we sing into this mic? Oh, no, it isn't a dream. It's Lucky Strike. Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Happy birthday, and be your level best. Happy birthday, and may you always be your level best.
That was wonderful, boys. Thanks very much. Hey, Mary, wasn't it nice for the quartet to sing a number just... Hey, Mary, I just thought of a wonderful joke. Mary, ask me why we have quartets here in America, but in Scotland they only have quintets. Ask me that. Go ahead, that's it.
All right, Jack. Why do they only have quintets in Scotland?
Because all Scotch comes in fifths. Hey, how about that one? Pretty good, huh?
Jack, did you make up that joke all by yourself?
Yeah.
And you like that joke?
I thought it was pretty clever.
You did, eh? Hello, NBC? Leave the back door open. Blue Eyes is coming home.
Mary, if you try to get even with me, it didn't work. I'm staying here at CBS till something freezes over.
It ain't going to be no refrigerator.
I thought he left already.
Oh, say, Jack.
Yes, Don?
While the quartet was singing, this telegram came for you.
A telegram for me?
Yeah, Jack. I took the liberty of giving the boy a 25-cent tip.
Oh. Well, here's a nickel, Don, and you're at liberty to chase the boy for the other 20 cents. Give me the telegram. Thanks. Key is for my sister Florence.
What does she say?
She says, Dear Jack, I've been listening to your program, and I thought I should send you this wire immediately. You're mistaken about your age. You're not going to be 40 years old tomorrow. You're going to be... Oh, no. No, this can't be. This is awful.
Well, Jack, how old did your sister say you're going to be tomorrow?
39.
Oh, my goodness, this is embarrassing. But my sister Florence ought to know. I guess instead of being born in 1909, it was 1910.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. How could you be born in 1910? I happen to know that in 1917 you were in the Navy.
Well, of course I was in the Navy. You think I'm a slacker?
Well, how old were you then?
7.
7? How could
Mary,
you...
don't argue with me. They measured me for a uniform, cut off my curls at the same time.
But, Jack, if you were only 7 years old, how could you possibly get in the Navy?
I owned a battleship and shut up. Anyway, this thing has got me puzzled. I'm going to call Rochester and have him look up my birth certificate. Now, Sister Florence says I'm 39. I think I'm 40. I'm going to find out.
Say, Mabel, what does the gate show? Mr. Benny's line is flashing.
Yeah, I wonder what King Midas wants now.
I'll plug in and find out. Yes, Mr. Benny. Yes, I'll call your house immediately. He wants I should get him Rochester. You know what, Mabel?
What?
I never saw a man like Mr. Benny. He has such a split personality. On the radio, he's one type of person, and in real life, he's an entirely different type of person.
Yeah, and I don't like either one of them.
Well, I like him. But you know what? Last week he tried to make me jealous by going out with another girl.
Was she cute?
Cute. Eh. You should have seen her. Buttons and bow legs.
So what? You're bow-legged.
I am not.
You are, too. When you wear white stockings, you look like the O in Honest John.
All right. At least I'm commercial.
Operator. Gertrude, get me my hole.
I'm trying. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Well, you girls ought to know you helped build it.
For this, they paid $2 million.
Never mind. Now, please ring my home.
Okay, I'm ringing it.
Smart aleck Gertrude. She takes you out to dinner once. She thinks she owns you. Oh, well.
Mr. Benny's resident, star, stage, radio, and silent pictures.
Rochester, it's me.
Oh, hello, boy.
Okay, what took you so long to answer the phone?
Well, tomorrow's your birthday, and I was out in the kitchen finishing your cake.
The cake?
Yeah, you ought to see it, boss. Across the top in whipped cream, I wrote, Happy Birthday.
Well, that's nice, Rochester.
By the way, how many P's in happy?
2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so you better add one.
Add one? I better cross one out. I got 3.
You can do that later. Now, Rochester, here's why I called you. I don't know what to do. I thought tomorrow was going to be my 40th birthday. But I just got a wire from my sister, and she says I'm going to be 39.
Well, don't argue with her, boss. Grab it.
Rochester, I got to be honest with myself. Now, I want you to look at my birth certificate and tell me the date on it.
Your birth certificate?
Yeah, do you know where it is?
It's right here on the desk.
What's my birth certificate doing on the desk?
You got it out the other day when you applied for your old age pension.
Oh, I just did that for a gag.
Well, they must be laughing. Your first check came today.
Rochester, stop making things up. Now, look at my birth certificate.
I'm looking at it.
Now, in the space where it says date of birth, what's there?
A hole.
A hole in the paper?
Yeah, we erased it once too often.
Oh, well, then there's nothing I can do, and I'll have to take my sister's word for it.
I guess so, boss. Your sister must be right.
Yep, I'm 39. Goodbye, Rochester.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
What are you laughing at?
Are we devils?
You and me?
No, me and your sister.
Yeah. Goodbye, Rochester. Goodbye.
Jack, we'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Mocha-lucky to be your level best. Mocha-lucky to be your level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. It's good to know that fine tobacco can do this for you, and that's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as you know, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. No wonder more independent tobacco experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen smoke Lucky Strike regularly than the next two leading brands combined. Yes, Lucky's are the overwhelming choice of the men who really know tobacco. So when you choose your cigarette, remember that Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level to feel your best and do your best. That's the Lucky level.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
Well, come on, Mary. The car's right around the corner. I'll drive you home.
Okay.
You know, Mary, that was a pretty good program we just did, but I think...
Hey, Benny.
Huh? Oh, it's you, Mr. Fink.
Yeah, don't you know some program I can go on and win a refrigerator?
No, I don't. Come on, Mary.
Well, I'm going to get a refrigerator even if I have to buy one.
Well, I don't care if... Buy one? Get in the car, mister.
Jack!
Let him sit in front, Mary. It's more comfortable. Good night, folks.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back about an hour. Jack is in his dressing room getting ready for the broadcast.
Rochester, did you run over and get me a sandwich?
Yeah, boss, here it is.
Good. Oh, for heaven's sake. Sardines. Rochester, I can't understand you.
What's the matter, boss?
You never get anything right. When I send you for a chicken sandwich, you bring me ham. When I ask you for a ham sandwich, you bring me cheese. When I ask you for cheese, you bring me egg. When I ask for egg, you bring me turkey. And today, you bring me a sardine sandwich. Now, what did I send you for?
A sardine sandwich.
Oh, yes, I forgot. But look, Rochester, I figured you'd make a mistake. I asked you for a sardine sandwich because I wanted corned beef.
I knew that, but they were out of corned beef, so I brought you sardines.
All right, I'll eat the sardine sandwich. Did you get me a bottle of Coca-Cola?
Yes, boss, here it is.
Wait a minute. This is root beer.
That's funny. I asked for 7-Up.
No, fine. Well, at least you got the sandwich on rye. How did that happen?
Oh, we never did have trouble with the bread.
Well, I better eat it in a hurry. Oh, darn it.
What's the matter?
And I pick up the sandwich, the sardines slipped out, went into my sleeve. Help me get them out. What a mess. Well, I'll eat after the broadcast. Now, help me finish dressing.
Okay. Which toupee do you want, boss? The one with the part in the middle or the part on the side?
Didn't you bring the black one with the widow's peak?
Oh, you can't wear that toupee anymore.
Why not?
It turned gray while you were dickering with CBS.
Oh, stop. Dusty, maybe, but gray, no. Now, Rochester. Who is it?
It's me, Jack.
Come on in, Mary.
Jack, did you take my fountain pen?
Yes, here you are, Mary. You know, I used it. I just put down a wonderful joke I want you to do on the program and surprise the cast. Here, read it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Jack. Another joke about my sister, Babe?
Well, it's funny. Go ahead and read it. I want to hear how it'll sound on the program.
Oh, all right. Say, Jack, my sister Babe lost her job in that restaurant.
But, Mary, she was with that restaurant 5 years. How come they let her go?
They've got a cat to catch the mice now.
Oh, poor Babe. And after she let her fingernails grow.
Jack, we can't say a thing like that about Babe.
Why not? That's a funny joke.
Joke nothing. It really happened to her.
Oh, well, then we won't do the gag. I don't want to hurt her feelings. I'll think of something.
Well, I hope you're not serious about doing the horn blows at midnight.
Uh-oh, Miss Livingston, you shouldn't have said that.
Rochester, what's wrong with mentioning the horn blows at midnight?
It doesn't bother me, but the rye bread turned white.
Don't be funny. Now, look, Mary, I'm still going to do that play on the Ford Theater. Fletcher Markle, the director, gave me a contract, and that's that. Now, come on, let's get out on the stage.
Well, wait a minute. You're not going to do the program in that polo shirt.
Why, what's wrong with a polo shirt? Clark Gable wears one.
So what? Jane Russell wears sweaters, but I'm a suit gal myself.
All right, all right. Come on, Mary, let's get out on the stage.
Father Time is here. Look, Jackson, what'd you stop us for? We were rehearsing a number.
I know, Phil, but I just want to compliment you on trying to improve the orchestra. I noticed you got a harp this week.
Yeah, but we can't use it anymore, Jackson. That was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
During rehearsal, Frankie woke up, saw the harp, and thought he was dead.
No.
Then he tried to fly over the piano and almost broke his neck.
Well, it serves him right for sleeping during rehearsal.
Jack, let's run through our parts till the others get here.
Okay. Here, Phil, take a script.
Look, Jackson, I don't need no script. I'm loaded with jokes.
Phil, take a script.
I thought of a gag that's a dilly. Get this. On my way down to the studio, I stopped off at a bar.
Phil, take a script.
And while I was there, I met a fellow who came from Venice, Italy.
Phil.
So I bought him a drink, he bought me a drink, then I bought him a drink, then he bought me a drink.
Phil.
We kept buying each other drinks for a couple of hours, and when I walked out, he was under the table.
Phil, take a script.
Well, don't you get it, Jackson? The guy who was under the table was from Venice, a Venetian.
So what?
I'm the only guy who ever drank a Venetian blind. Harris, if you lived in Beverly Hills, they'd blow up your house.
Phil.
Don't head me off, Jackson. I'm rolling now. Hey, Liv, how'd you like that joke, lover?
Phil, take a script.
Thanks, Mary. And don't get too close to Phil. He might exhale and disintegrate your nylon. Now, let's cut out all this foolishness and get down to it. Huh?
Jack.
Oh, hello, Don. Hello.
The quartet is here. You better rehearse them first.
Oh, the sportsmen? All right. Say, did you tell the boys that instead of a popular song, I wanted something a little different this week? You know, something classical? You know, we have music lovers listening in now.
Oh, yes, Jack, and they have a wonderful number prepared. It's Ponchielli's Dance of the Hours from La Gioconda.
Oh, what was that, Dan?
Ponchielli's Dance of the Hours from La Gioconda.
Oh, yes, that's what I hoped you'd said. Phil, can your musicians play Ponchielli's Dance of the Hours from La Gioconda?
Yeah, but it'll still sound like that's what I like about the South.
Well, then I don't want that. Have them play what's written. Take it, boys.
If you're feeling low, if your nerves are tense, then you should listen, for it is common sense
level Puff on the lucky, you should puff a lucky, take a puff, cause we know that you will never get enough of a lucky, get enough of a lucky, sure enough, you will like a Lucky Strike. Made of light and fine tobacco, smoke a lucky. Round and firm and fully packed, so smoke a lucky. Up on a lucky level, that's where you'll be when you're puffing on a lucky, so you see. Light an LSMT, take a lucky from your vest, take a test, you will feel your level best. For Lucky Strike, these fine tobacco, la 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 la. Such light and fine and mild tobacco, la 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 la.
That was a wonderful number you prepared with the boys. Ponchielli's Dance of the Hours from La Cienega.
No, Jack, that's La Gioconda.
Oh, yeah. That's below Sepulveda. We had Pico, but I changed it. Sepulveda's funnier than Pico. And Phil, your orchestra did surprisingly well. Yeah?
What are you so surprised about? I haven't told you this, but they want my band to play at the Academy Awards ceremonies.
Really? So why in the world would they want your band to play for the Academy Award?
Well, we play loud, and it'll drown out the screams of the losers.
Well, Phil, I don't believe that you or your band... Come in.
Jack, look who it is.
Oh, yes, Fletcher Markle. Hello, Mr. Markle.
Hello, Jack. I hope I'm not interrupting, but...
Well, that's quite all right, Fletcher. I suppose you come over to discuss my appearance on the Ford Theater.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm here.
Good. Is there something about the casting?
No, not the casting.
Oh. Is it about the rehearsals?
No, not rehearsal.
Oh. Is it about the picture I selected to do?
Yes, it stinks.
What?
Jack.
Uh-huh.
As director of the Ford Theater,
really, I beg you. Why are you laughing? What were you going to say?
Director of the Ford Theater, I beg you, really, don't do this on our program.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Markle. You signed a contract with me, didn't you?
Yes, but you tricked me. That contract said you were going to do an adventure story of the sea called Sailing Around Cape Horn.
Well, you didn't read the small type in the contract. The full title was Sailing Around Cape Horn Blows at Midnight. And that's what I'm going to do.
Jack, I think Mr. Markle is right. That script isn't suitable for radio.
I know that, Mary, but I went through the screenplay, eliminated all the dull stuff, and I'm just going to do the part that sparkles.
Mr. Benny, we have an hour program, not a spot announcement.
I know it's an hour program, and I'm going to do The Horn Blows at Midnight, and it'll be a great show, believe me.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it. So long, Jack.
So long, Mr. Markle.
Oh, by the way, Jack, when you signed that contract, there was one thing I neglected to get for our records. What's your Social Security number?
2.
Al Jolson is number one.
Yes, we got there early. Well, so long, Fletcher. See you March 4th.
Goodbye, Jack. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis wiser to use gas and smell up the house or use a pistol and mess up the rug.
What'd you say, Fletcher?
Nothing. Goodbye. Jack, I can't understand you.
Why, Don?
Well, if they're so set against your doing the horn blows at midnight, why do you insist on it?
Because once and for all, I'm going to prove to everyone that it's a great story. Now, Don, imagine this plot. The chief of the planet sends an angel down to Earth to blow a trumpet and destroy the whole world. And I'm the angel. Now, cut that out! I try to do something dignified, and everybody has to butt in, and... I never saw anything... Oh, hello, Dennis.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Congratulate me.
Congratulate you? Why?
I just sold my bicycle for $10,000.
You what?
Yeah, look, here's the check.
Let me see that. Pay to the order of Dennis Day, 10,000... Oh, for heaven's sake, kid, this check isn't even signed.
I noticed that, but I didn't want to mention it.
Why?
When a man gives you $10,000 for a bicycle, why antagonize him?
Holy smoke.
Dennis, I'm afraid you were cheated. Didn't you even get the name of the man who bought it?
Oh, sure. He told me his name all right.
What was it?
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, fine.
Dennis, don't you know anything? Napoleon Bonaparte has been dead for over 100 years.
He has?
Certainly.
Then what does he want with a bicycle?
Now, look, Dennis. Dennis, my child, look. Instead of having any more of this nonsense, look, how about running through your song?
Okay. Oh, by the way, Mr. Benny, happy birthday.
My birthday was last week.
I know, but that bubble dancer was held over.
Good. Now, what number are you going to do?
The title song from Walt Disney's picture, So Dear to My Heart.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. September-y day, with the leaves turning brown and gold, when you were the dream I would hold, so dear to my heart, so dear to my heart, that December-y day, when we stroll down a snow-white lane, a kiss that we shared will remain so dear to my heart. And when it's springtime and the fields are dressed with flowers, you're the sweetest flower in view. Oh, how I treasure all the happy hours and the dreams I shared with you. They bloom in my heart in a corner apart. Every sweet, tender memory. As long as I live, they will be so dear to my heart.
good song, Dennis, and you sang it beautifully.
Oh, you're just saying that because I'm rich now.
Dennis, that check's no good.
You never like anything that anybody else has.
Oh, boy. Dennis, the last time I'm going to compliment you on your singing. Because every time I do, you start right in. Come in. Yes, sir. Is there... Well, it's Jack Warner of the Warner Brothers Studio.
Hello, Jack.
Hello. Well, this is a surprise. What can I do for you, Mr. Warner?
Well, Jack, I just heard the news about your making an appearance on the Ford Theater.
Yes, Mr. Warner, on March 4th. And I'm going to do the horn blows at midnight.
That's just what I want to talk to you about.
What?
Look, Jack, you made this picture for us in 1944, didn't you?
That's right. It was for the Warner Brothers.
Well, since then, our studio has produced The Adventures of Don Juan, Life of Father, Key Largo, John Loves Mary, and this year our two pictures, Johnny Belinda and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, are up for the Academy Awards.
So?
So we're rolling again. Let us alone.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Warner. How can you say that? You yourself told me that when The Horn Blows at Midnight was shown in Hollywood, the theater made money.
That's right. We rented the balcony out as a trailer camp.
But, Mr. Warner, you can't put all the blame on me. When you did that picture, you made one big mistake.
Yeah, I know. We put film in the camera.
Look, Mr. Warner, that's an old joke.
Yeah, if I had anything new, I'd have put it in the picture.
Well, I'm sorry, but I still think it's a great story. Say, if you didn't produce it good, what could I do? But if you'd have listened to me while we were making it, The Horn Blows at Midnight would have been a terrific hit.
Jack, we tried everything. We made a lot of retakes. It was awful how we threw money away on that picture.
Threw money away?
Yeah, we spent over $500,000 for a new finish, and nobody ever stayed to see it.
No wonder you can't make good pictures. You fluff over lines. Now, look, Jack Warner, I want to tell you something. All of that about The Horn Blows at Midnight was not my fault. I think that picture had great possibilities.
Well, no, Jack, it missed both ways.
Both ways? What do you mean?
Well, if it had been a little better, we might have gotten our money back in the theaters.
Yes?
If it were a little worse, it would be unnatural for television.
Never mind television. I'll tell you, Mr. Warner, it's going to be great when I do it on the Ford Theater.
All right, Jack, if you won't listen to reason, maybe you'll listen to this. We'll give you $5,000 not to do it.
No.
$10,000.
I'm sorry, Mr. Warner, but money means nothing to me.
I've got to listen to the repeat show and see if he really heard that.
See if I really heard.
See if I really heard.
You ought to make your pictures with Jack Warner. I know we rehearsed this. I know that. Anything else? Huh? What?
Just a little shaker. I've had a pair of dice in my hands. It'll be very nice.
All right, read just what's there. That's all. Read what's there. What? Here it is. Wait a minute. Here, well, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mary, you didn't say Mary.
I say Mary, please.
Oh, you got the next one. Well, Jack, here's my final offer. My brother Harry and I are willing to take you into the firm and make you one of the Warner Brothers.
No, I'm afraid not. That means I'd have to change my name.
If you do the picture, we're going to change ours.
I'm sorry, but my mind is made up. I'm going to do the horn blows at midnight on the radio, and that's final, Mr. Warner.
Just call me Sam Goldwyn.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Just call me Sam Goldwyn.
You got to say goodbye, Jack.
Oh, well, just say goodbye.
I can get a $50 actor to play Jack Warner. I had to get the Jack Warner. What?
Jack.
What?
I've never seen you so determined. Why didn't you consider his offer of going in with the Warner Brothers?
I'll tell you why, because I have my own company. I just produced a picture myself called A Lucky Stiff. And there's a wonderful article about it in the New Liberty magazine.
I know, Mr. Benny. I saw it.
You saw the article in Liberty about me, Dennis? What did it say?
Reading time, 11 minutes.
Look, Dennis.
But I made it in 9.
What?
I had my bicycle then.
Dennis, but I don't care about the reading time. What did the article say about...
Oh, I'll get it, Jack. Hello? New York calling? Yes, he's here. Jack, it's Mr. William Paley, the head of CBS.
Oh, I wonder what he wants. Hello, Mr. Paley. Yes, this is Jack. Oh, yes, I'm feeling fine. How are you? Good. What? Yes, that's right, on March the 4th. Yes, I know the Ford Theater's on CBS. And you want to hear something funny? Fletcher Markle and Jack Warner came over and tried to talk me out of doing the horn. What? No, just a... I know, Mr. Paley, but Mr. Paley... But... 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 Why, Mr. Pay. When? I'm sorry, Mr. Paley, but I made up my mind, and I'm going to do the horn blows at midnight on the Ford Theater, March 4th, and that's final. Yes, Mr. Paley. Goodbye.
Jack, how could you talk to Mr. Paley like that?
Mary, there comes a time in every man's life when he must have the courage of his convictions, when he must have faith in his own judgment, so he can stand up and face the world with pride and with dignity.
Jack, what's that sticking out of your sleeve?
Huh? Oh, it's a sardine. Must have got caught in my suspenders.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Feeling low.
Feeling tense.
These 8 words are common sense.
Smoke a lucky
To be your level best.
Smoke a lucky
To be your level best.
Thanks, Fletcher Markle and Jack Warner. Good night, everybody.
Be sure to hear the CBS Sunday lineup every week, and don't miss Dennis Day and a Day in the Life of Dennis Day. Stay tuned for Amos and Andy's show, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike. Feeling low.
Feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a lucky to be your level best. Smoke a lucky to be your level best.
Your level best. That's just how you'll feel when you light up a Lucky, because Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. Yes, friends, Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. It's important to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Smooth, mild, thoroughly enjoyable tobacco. So next time you buy cigarettes, get a carton of Lucky Strike and get on the right level, the Lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best. Yes, smoke a Lucky to feel your level best.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where he's waiting for Professor LeBlanc to arrive and give him a violin lesson. At the moment, the professor is approaching the house.
Here is Mr. Benny's house. Why did I have to become a violin teacher? If there is such a thing as reincarnation, I would be happy to die and come back as a pig or a dog. But with my luck, I would come back as a cat and end up on Mr. Benny's violin. Well, I might as well go in.
Well, Professor LeBlanc.
How do you do, Mr. Benny?
You were supposed to be here for my lesson yesterday. Why didn't you come?
Last Sunday, I heard that you were going to be on the Ford Theater program and do the horn blows at midnight.
Yes.
With 18 million Fords on the road, I figured at least one of them would hit you.
No, I was careful. Well, come on, Professor. Let's go in the den and start the lesson.
Oui.
Now, I'll get my violin and... that's funny. It was here a few minutes ago. Oh, Rochester! Rochester!
Just a minute, boss. I'm burying something in the backyard.
What? Rochester, what are you burying?
Our Thanksgiving turkey. I'm sick of it.
Oh, for a minute I was worried. Come on in here.
Well, Mr. Benny, if you like, I would gladly come back some other time.
No, Professor, don't worry. We'll find it.
What is it, boss?
Rochester, my violin is missing.
It is?
Yes, I've looked everywhere, and it's gone.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's open a bottle of champagne.
Rochester, there's no time to be funny. Now help me find it.
Okay. Now, let me see. If I was Mr. Benny's violin, what would I do? I'd take the strings off and lash myself to death.
Now, stop that. Rochester, my violin just couldn't. Well, how do you like that? Somebody put it in the fireplace under those old newspapers. Professor, put out that match.
Oui, monsieur.
Rochester, why'd you put my violin in the fireplace?
I thought it would sound better if it was barbecued.
What?
Save the neck for me.
Now, cut that out. I'm going to take my violin lesson so you can leave now.
Oui, monsieur.
Mr. Benny, let us commence.
Okay.
Now start with the Minuet l'Antique.
Yes. Well.
No, Monsieur Benny. Not ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. No? I told you so many times you must slide. Down. Oh. Now try it again, and this time slide up the string.
Yes, sir. Was that too high?
I think so. You knocked off your toupee.
Oh, excuse me a minute. There. Shall I try it once more?
Yes, but turn around and face me.
I am facing you.
Oh, yes, you put your toupee on back well.
I did not. This is the one with the bang.
Now, try it once more and hold the bow firmly.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, a bow is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Oui, monsieur. And now try it once more.
You know, Professor, it's hard to believe that this music is coming from a horse's tail.
It is not hard to believe.
What?
Proceed.
Yes, sir.
That sounds better.
That's the door buzzer. Oh, Rochester, answer the door. Rochester! Excuse me, Professor, I'll have to get it. You smile, the song begins, and then I play my violin. It's magic. La, 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 la. Oh, hello, Dennis.
I came to say goodbye. I'm running away from home.
You're what?
I'm running away from home.
Dennis, again with this. What are you talking about? Running away from home.
Yeah.
Look, don't you realize what that'll do to your parents? It'll break their hearts. What have you got in that suitcase? Food or clothing?
I don't know. My mother packed it.
Oh. Well, come on in.
Okay.
Now, look, Dennis, I know that sometimes you have arguments at home, but you ought to change your mind about running away. After all, it won't be long before you'll be missing your mother.
I know. That's why I took along this picture. See?
Wait a minute. This is a picture of Monty Woolley.
No, it's my mother. I drew a beard on it.
Anyway, Dennis, stop being silly. You can't run away from home. I mean, what would you do? Where would you go?
I'd go around the world in a boat.
A boat?
Yeah, they rent them to you at Westlake Park.
Fine. It's a great way to go around the world.
Yeah.
Look, Marco Schmolo. Look, before you run away from home, how about letting me hear the song you're going to do on the program?
Okay.
Come on, let's hear it.
For you.
very good, Dennis. You can sing that as you sail around the world. When are you leaving?
Stop talking about it. I'm seasick already.
No. Well, sit down and rest for a few minutes. Next to the window.
Okay.
Look, I've got to... Rochester, answer the phone. I'm going to finish my violin lesson.
Yes, sir. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence, star, stage, screen, radio, and have the income tax filed by the man who knows.
Hiya, Chester. Can I speak to Buttons and Bucks?
Just a minute. It's for you, boss.
Who is it?
Bottles and bourbon.
Hello? Hiya, Jackson. It's the maestro.
Hello, Phil. How are you?
Swell. Listen, Methuselah, the reason I called you because my orchestra's forming a baseball team, and I thought you'd be interested.
A baseball team?
Yeah, and I was wondering whether we should call it Harris's Hurricanes or Benny's Bombers.
Harris's Hurricanes? Well, that's ridiculous. After all, it is my program, so how can you call the team anything but Benny's Bombers?
Okay, that'll be $126 for the uniform.
Oh. Tell me, Phil, when is the first game of Harris's Hurricanes?
Huh? In about 3 weeks, Jackson, we're playing Kay Kaiser's orchestra.
Well, I hope your boys are better baseball players than they are musicians.
They sure are, Jackson. We got a great team. Listen to the lineup. I'm pitching, Sammy the drummer's catching, and Bagby the piano player's in right field.
What position is Remley in?
Same as always, flat on his back.
I thought so.
I'll pick him up if you want to say hello to him.
No, don't disturb him. Just put a lucky in his mouth so he'll feel his level best. Hey, Phil, who are the other members of your team?
Well, my 3 saxophone players are in the infield. Billy Smith's on third, Walter Sharp's on second, and Jimmy Watt's on first.
Who's on first?
No, Watt's on first. Oh, Jackson, you're a natural-born straight man.
Look, Costello. What other teams are you going to play?
Well, after Kaiser, we play Bob Crosby's orchestra, then Russ Morgan's orchestra, then Phil Spitalny's.
Oh.
The one with Spitalny's orchestra is the night game.
Oh, with light?
Light's nothing. You think we're crazy? Hey, look, Jackson, why don't you drop around and watch the team practice sometime?
I'll do that. Nice of you to call. So long, Phil.
So long. Oh, say, Jackson.
Yeah?
Before I hang up, I want to ask you, what number would you like my orchestra to play on the program next Sunday?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, my band's been rehearsing a swell arrangement of the Sheik of Araby.
Oh, that song making a comeback?
Why, has it been away?
Certainly, Phil. That song's been dead for over 20 years.
Well, then we'll play it. We can't hurt it none.
No, but you can let it rest in peace. Goodbye, Phil.
So long, Yonko.
What a baseball team that's going to be.
Mr. Benny, let us finish the violin lesson.
Oh, yes, Professor. We'll go right in and...
Oh, boss!
What is it, Rochester?
You told me to remind you that you wanted to listen to a certain radio program at 5 o'clock.
Oh, yes. My girlfriend, Daisy Dickinson, is going to be interviewed. Rochester, turn on the radio.
Yes, sir.
And you say you've been selling perfume in that department store for 27 years?
Yes, for 27 years. Every day I've been behind that perfume counter.
Well, thank you very much, Miss...
Just call me Stinky.
Thank you.
Mr. Benny, is that your girlfriend?
No, of course not. Oh.
And now, continuing our series of interviews with people in every walk of life, we present another young lady here. What's your name, miss?
Daisy Dickinson.
Oh, that's her, Dennis. That's my girlfriend. Huh?
Tell me, Miss Dickinson, where were you born?
Well, sir, I was born way down in Atlanta.
Well, then that makes you a Georgia Pete.
Don't let the scars on my face fool you, honey.
Fuzz. A little on her upper lip, she makes a big thing out of it.
And now, Miss Dickinson, what is your occupation?
Well, I'm a secretary for a radio advertising agency, Batten, Barton, Durston, and Osborne.
Oh, an advertising agency. That's interesting. I suppose in that way you get to meet a lot of big stars.
Oh, yes. But the only one I know real well is little old Jack Benny.
You know, Mr. Benny, I...
Shut up, kid. They're talking about me. Miss Dickinson, perhaps you can give us some inside information about Mr. Benny.
Well, if it's not too personal.
Gosh, what a personality.
Now, Miss Dickinson, on the radio, Mr. Benny portrays a somewhat parsimonious character. Is he that stingy in real life?
Goodness, no. Why, on our very first date, he took me to Spiro's. Oh, we had a wonderful dinner, and the bill came to $21.12.
How did you know the exact amount of the check?
Well, Jack's so playful, he kept blowing it over to me.
I see.
And then when he ran out of breath, he paid and we left.
Darn right I paid. $21.12. Wow. Well, Miss Dickinson, it's been a pleasure having you as a guest on our program. And before you go, we want to give you a case of our sponsor's product. Zingy Zesto, the best breakfast cereal of them all.
Oh, thank you.
Remember, our breakfast food doesn't snap, pop, or crackle. It just sits in the bowl and minds its own business.
I'll have to get some of that.
Well, thank you, Miss Dickinson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's our next guest. Your name, please?
Donald Wilson.
Hey, Dennis, it's Don Wilson. He didn't tell me he was going to be on the program.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to pay commission.
Maybe.
Don Wilson, are you the radio announcer?
Well, that's just the sideline. I'm really a great mimic. I can imitate anything.
I see. And what do you consider your most novel imitation?
My imitation of a quartet, I do all four voices.
All four voices?
Yeah. Would you like to hear it?
Ooh, would I?
What's Don trying to do, then?
All right, just listen to this. First, I want to warm up my four voices.
Mimi, Mimi, Mimi.
Mimi.
See, I didn't know Don could do that.
And when I put all my four voices together, I sound like this.
Feeling low, feeling tense. These 8 words are common sense.
Smoke lucky.
To feel your level best.
Smoke lucky.
To feel your level best.
Well, that was wonderful, Mr. Wilson. Thank you.
Smoke lucky to feel your level best.
That's enough, Mr. Wilson.
Smoke lucky.
Mr. Wilson.
Smoke lucky.
Mr. Wilson, that's enough. Take your four voices and go.
Thank you.
See, I didn't know Don could imitate a quartet. He looks like one, but I didn't think...
Mr. Benny, I am waiting to finish the lesson.
Oh, of course, Professor. Let's go in the other room. Oh, excuse me, Professor. Maybe that's Mary. No, she's in Palm Springs.
Well, they have door buzzers there.
Oh, quiet. Oh, hello, Mr. Kitto.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Mr. Benny, I came over to ask you, could I get some tickets to your broadcast for my bowling club?
Oh, why, certainly, Mr. Kittle. I didn't know you belonged to a bowling club.
Well, it was my wife's idea. She wants to lose a little weight.
Oh, is she heavy?
Heavy. Ho, ho, ho. You know, on the day we was married, her father and I could hardly carry her over the threshold.
Her father?
It was his house. We were moving in. Let him help.
Oh.
What a job. Yes, we had to carry her pony back.
No, you mean piggyback.
Let well enough alone.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mr. Kittle, I think it was very smart of your wife to join a bowling club.
Smart. Some bowling clubs, they need new equipment. Every ball I picked up had holes in it.
Mr. Kittle, you see, a bowling ball is supposed to have holes in it. They're for your fingers, and one hole is for your thumb.
Yes, that I found out to my sorrow.
Oh, did something happen to you?
No, to the man who runs the delicatessen.
Oh.
A bowling ball got stuck to his thumb. That was 3 weeks ago, and he didn't got it off yet.
Well, how does that affect you?
Mr. Benny, when I buy a pound of corned beef, paying for a little thumb, I don't mind. But 12 pounds of bowling ball, that's too much.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you just made that up.
Yes. Oh, my.
You know, that was pretty clever. Say, maybe you'd like to write for my program.
Oh, I would like to very much, but I already got a job in radio.
You have?
Yes, I'm a technical advisor on the life of Riley.
Oh, well, here are your tickets, Mr. Kitzel.
Oh, bless your heart, Mr. Benny.
Thank you.
When Irish eyes are smiling by near Easter.
All right, Professor LeBlanc, now we can continue with the violin lesson.
Thank you, monsieur.
I'll get my violin and... Oh, excuse me, Professor.
Waterhouse, always interruptions. Ding-a-ling-ling, the phone. Wait, the radio. The doorbell.
Professor!
I'd rather give a lesson in the snake pit.
Professor, please.
Oh, I'll answer, Mr. Benny. Yes?
Is Mr. Benny in? I'm Claude Rains.
Oh, Mr. Benny, Claude Rains is here to see you.
Claude Rains? Well. Well, hello, Mr. Rains. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you're here a day early.
I didn't come for my laundry.
Oh, then, is this a social call?
No, it's not a social call, Mr. Benny. It's business.
Business?
Yes. Several weeks ago, I signed a contract to appear on the Ford Theater Hour.
Well, how nice.
This morning, Mr. Fletcher Markle, director of that program, informed me that I'm to appear with you next Friday in The Horn Blows at Midnight.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Rains. This is a splendid opportunity for you.
Well, I don't know. They told me the same thing when I joined the Pyramid Club.
My uncle got $700 from the Pyramid Club.
Oh, did he win?
No, he held it up.
Oh, be quiet. Now, Mr. Rains, I assure you that appearing with me in The Horn Blows at Midnight on the Ford Theater Friday night will do you a lot for your career.
Well, I won't argue the point, Mr. Benny. I respect your ability, but that picture received the worst reviews I ever read.
So what? The critics don't count. It's the people in the trade who matter.
The people in the trade thought the picture was terrible.
So what? The people in the trade aren't important either. It's the public that counts.
The public thought the picture was simply awful.
How would they know? They didn't even go to see it. Anyway, Mr. Raines, I don't think you should pass judgment on The Horn Blows at Midnight till you see it.
Oh, but I did see it, Mr. Benny. In fact, I sat through the picture twice.
Twice?
Yes, I couldn't believe what I saw the first time.
Oh, then you didn't like it?
Didn't like it? Mr. Benny, that is the greatest understatement since that day in 1492 when Columbus said, I think I've found something.
You mean when Columbus discovered America?
Congratulations. I didn't think you'd know. I want to warn you, Mr. Benny, that immediately upon leaving here, I'm going to my lawyers to see what legal steps I can take to get out of appearing with you on the Ford Theater.
Look, Mr. Raines.
Hey, Mr. Benny.
What?
If my mother had married him, would I be a rainy day?
Dennis.
If that was intended for a witticism, it certainly missed its mark.
Boy, is he dumb. I made up a joke about his own name, and he doesn't even get it.
Mr. Benny, Mr. Benny, I don't know whether this is your relative, friend, business associate, or servant, but whatever it is, I'm allergic to it.
Dennis, go sit down.
I'm on your side.
Sit down! Now, look, Mr. Raines, your part in this picture that we're going to do has such great importance. Think of it. You're the chief of the planets in heaven. I'm an angel. And at your command, I come down to earth.
At my command, you wouldn't stop there.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Raines. Whether you realize it or not, you're getting a break appearing with me in the Ford Theater Friday night. It isn't every actor who can go on the radio with a big comedian.
Mr. Benny, I've already made several guest appearances on the radio with the rather well-known comedian, Fred Allen.
Fred Allen? Hoo-ha, some comedian.
I gathered that you and Mr. Allen weren't too chummy from what he said about you.
Oh, yeah? What did he say about me?
He said you were the only comedian in radio who steals jokes from Milton Berle.
Mr. Raines, when you take a joke from Milton Berle, it's not stealing. It's repossessing. Now, let's not talk about Mr. Allen anymore. I'm going to have my dinner soon.
All right, Mr. Benny. All right. But isn't there any way I can talk you out of doing the horn blows at midnight, or at least letting me get out of my contract?
No, Mr. Raines. My mind is made up, and I'll see you Friday night on the Ford Theater.
Very well. But all I can say is this is the worst thing that has happened to me in all my 39 years.
Well, what? You're 39?
Yes.
Hey, that's a coincidence. See, I'm 39 too.
Well, you can have it. You were there first.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye. Imagine him trying to get out of appearing with me next Friday night.
Mr. Benny, please, I am waiting for you to finish the lesson. I have other pupils.
Oh, yes.
Here is your violin.
Thank you. Now, what do you want me to play?
The same thing. You haven't learned it yet. You haven't learned anything. Play it!
All right. Don't get so excited. I'll start at the beginning.
Jack, we'll be back in just a moment, but first, Smoke-a-lucky to be your level best. Smoke-a-lucky to be your level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. That's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as every smoker knows, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. No wonder more independent tobacco experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen smoke Lucky Strike regularly than the next two leading brands combined. Yes, Lucky's are the overwhelming choice of the men who really know tobacco. So when you choose your cigarette, be sure to make it Lucky Strike and get on the right level, the lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best. Yes, the next time you buy cigarettes, ask for a carton of Lucky Strike.
Feeling low,
Feeling tense.
these 8 words are common sense. Smoke-a-lucky to be your level best. Smoke-a-lucky to be your level best.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Claude Rains for appearing on my program tonight, and he will soon be seen in Hal Wallace's production, Rope of Sand. He also will be heard with me Friday night on the Ford Theater, no matter what his lawyers say. And next Sunday night on my own show, my guests will be Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman.
And don't forget to listen to A Day in the Life of Dennis Day, starring me.
Yeah, you. Good night. Good night.
Stay tuned in for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Feeling low.
Feeling tense.
These 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
Your level best. That's just how you'll feel when you light up a Lucky, because Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense. Yes, friends, Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. It's important to know that fine tobacco can do this for you. And LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Smooth, mild, thoroughly enjoyable tobacco. So next time you buy cigarettes, remember that Lucky's fine tobacco puts you on the lucky level where you feel and do your level best, where things seem right and are right because you feel right. Yes, smoke a Lucky to feel your level best.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, once every year, Jack Benny decides to tempt fate by going out to Santa Anita for the races. Yesterday was that day. So let's go back and pick up Jack and Rochester in the car.
Gee, Rochester, I can't wait to get to the racetrack.
Me too, boss.
It's a good idea starting early. We miss all the heavy traffic.
Uh-huh.
You know, Rochester, it's such a beautiful day. Let's put the top down.
The top is down.
Then why is it so dark?
We ain't out of the garage yet.
Oh, well, let's hurry. Don't drive too fast, Rochester.
I won't, boss.
Yada-dee-da-dum, da-dee-da-dum, da-dum, da-dee-da-dum. Say, Rochester, there's a house that looks just like mine.
It is yours. We ain't out of the driveway yet.
Oh, yes. Well, let's get going. Ah, this is the life. Top down, beautiful day, balmy weather, sunshine. It sure is swell.
It sure is.
You know, Rochester, sunshine is the... Uh-oh. I think it's going to rain.
I don't think so, boss.
Then why did it get so dark?
The car slipped into reverse. We're back in the garage again.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Rochester, we'll never get to Santa Anita. Now, come on, we've got to pick up Miss Livingston. Rochester, there's Miss Livingston's house. You better start putting on the brakes.
The brakes wore out last week.
No brakes, and how do you stop the car?
You know that chain I've got up here with the hook on the end of it?
Yes?
Well, I drop it through the floorboards and pray for an open manhole.
Well, now, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
Congratulate me, boss. I hooked one.
Good. Miss Livingston said she'd be waiting out in the front for me. Rochester, honk the horn.
Yes, sir.
With that horn, she must know it's me.
Either you or the hit parade.
Gee, what's keeping her? I'll go up to the door. Gee, I haven't seen Mary since she went to Palm Springs last week. Ah, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Sorry I kept you waiting.
Oh, that's all right. But, Mary, it's such a beautiful day. Why are you wearing that heavy fur coat?
Oh, darn it. I thought I was still in Palm Springs.
Oh, was it cold in Palm Springs?
Only the night.
Oh, how were the days?
Rainy.
Oh. No, really?
No, just kidding, Jack. We had wonderful weather. And, you know, I stayed at the Racket Club.
Oh, yes. Who all was there, Mary?
Well, there was Robert Taylor, Frank Sinatra, Walter Pidgeon, and Gregory Peck.
Well, you must have had a lot of fun.
No, it was dull.
Dull? With Taylor, Sinatra, Pidgeon, and Peck? Yeah, I can't understand it. Who else was there?
Mrs. Taylor, Mrs. Sinatra, Mrs. Pidgeon, and Mrs. Peck.
Oh, well, I can understand it, kid. Well, come on, Mary. We'll be late for the races.
Hello, Rochester.
Hello, Miss Livingston.
Let's get going. Start the car, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
The motor is flooded. It's got too much gas.
Shall I throw it over my shoulder and burp it?
Never mind the wisecracks. Try it again, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
It started. It started.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder.
Now, Rochester, turn to the left and follow this road clear to the track.
Yes, sir.
You know, Mary, there's a horse I've been watching all season, and I'm sure it's going to win today.
Which one?
Audacious Man. Audacious Man is one of the greatest horses. Was that a blowout?
It wasn't a whistler.
How do you like that? It's the right rear. How could that tire blow out? The tube in it is practically new.
Practically new?
Yes.
Boss, that tube's been fixed 8 times with 10 vulcanizing, 4 Band-Aids, and a Dr. Scholl's fan.
Never mind that. Just change the tire.
Okay.
I don't know why it is, but everything has to happen to me. Just once I want to go to the races and...
Hey, what happened to the hot rod?
Oh, look. Jack, it's Phil.
Yeah, Mary, put down the jack and wave to him.
How are you, Phil?
Fine, Libby. What's up? Got a flat?
Yes, Phil. Fortunately, my car was going slow. It would have been dangerous if it had been blown out while we were going 70 or 80 miles an hour.
Oh, Dad, stop bragging. It's only us.
Where are you going, Phil? To Santa Anita?
No, I'm going to Pasadena to visit Sammy, my drummer. He was in a little accident the other night.
Sammy was in an accident? What happened?
Well, the boys in the band were having a party, and when Sammy left, he was hit by a car while crossing the street.
Gee, was it his fault?
Well, it might have been. He was crossing on his hands and knees.
Oh, fine. Phil, how many times have I told you and Sammy and Remley to behave yourselves? Why, it was only last Saturday that I gave Sammy a lecture.
Well, he took it to heart. Yesterday he joined Alcoholics Unanimous.
That's anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous.
No, it's unanimous. My whole band joined with him.
Well, for once, you're right.
Hey, I'd like to go to the races with you, but I got to run along.
Say, Phil, maybe you'd like me to bet a little something for you. You know, there's a good horse called Audacious Man. I'm going to bet $5 on it.
Well, in that case, I think I'll go to Santa Anita myself.
Phil, I thought you said you couldn't go.
I know, Libby, but if Jackson is going to bet $5 on a horse, I want to see how many extra legs it's got.
Oh, stop being so smart, Phil.
So long, Plunger. See you later, Liv.
Gee, Phil sure drives a beautiful car. Alice must be nuts about him. Now, let's get at that tire.
It's all fixed, boss. I changed it while you were talking to Mr. Harris.
Good. Then let's get going. Gee, I hope we won't miss any of the races.
So what if we miss the first couple? Jack, does the radio in your car work?
You never know till you turn it on, Mary. Try it. Huh?
The snow is snowing, the wind is blowing, but I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? My lucky strikes will keep me warm. I can't remember a worse December. Just watch those icicles form. What do I care if icicles form? My lucky strikes will keep me warm. Off with my overcoat, off with my vest. I'll smoke a lucky strike
and be my level best.
Keep on puffin', 'cause then there's nothing can harm me, so let it storm. What do I care how much it may storm? My lucky strikes will keep me warm. Lightning, it sure is frightening, but I'm not afraid of the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? My lucky strikes will always keep me warm.
Sure a big crowd here at the track.
Yeah, and I feel lucky today. I'm sure Audacious Man is going to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th race was a photo finish. We'll have the results in one moment.
Oh, gosh, Jack, we missed 5 races already.
Well, I don't care. I'm only interested in the 6th one. Say, Mary, let's go out and get a hot dog.
But, Jack, we're in the clubhouse. Let's have lunch here.
Well... All right. Oh, waiter! Waiter!
Yeah!
We'd like to get something to eat. What would you suggest?
A bib. You look like the sloppy type.
Never mind that. Now, what can we get in a hurry?
Well, we have roast pork, corned beef, leg of lamb, sirloin tips, and bacon and eggs.
And bacon and eggs sound good. Are the eggs fresh?
Ooh, are they?
Oh, well, I'll have that. Mary, how about you, Mary? Would you like bacon and eggs?
Ooh, would I?
Mary, just bring us our orders, waiter, as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir, and I'll seat you at that table over there. That's number 1.
Table number 1, thank you. Now, Mary, let's look over that list of entries for the next race. I want to see if...
Hey, Bud. Bud.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Me?
Yeah.
Excuse me a minute, Mary. What is it?
You gonna eat here?
Yeah.
What table?
Table 1. What?
Take number 9.
Why, what's wrong with table 1?
Bad position. It's on the rail. Number 9 is on the outside. You won't get boxed in.
Well, look, I'm very happy with table 1.
Think it over, Bud. Number 1 is a card table.
A card table?
Yeah. If it carries too much weight, its legs will fold.
Gee, I never thought of that.
Now look at the breeding on table number 9.
The breeding?
It's by Bird's Eye Maple out of Grand Rapids.
Gosh, I didn't even think they knew each other.
Get wise, Bud. Think it over.
Okay, thanks for the tip. Say, Mary... Mary, have you decided yet what horse you're going to...
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the last race was a photo finish, but you won't know the results till tomorrow.
That's strange.
The picture turned out so good that we've decided to show it at your neighborhood theater.
Mary, have you figured out yet what horse you're going
Your bacon and eggs are ready. I put them on table number 1.
Number 1. Do you think I'm a sucker? Put it on number 9.
Number 9?
Yes, number 9.
Okay. You make me sick.
Well, you're no health resort for me either. Now, come on, Mary. When we finish eating, we'll walk around. There are probably a lot of people around here we know.
Benita, may I have your pencil?
Here you are, Ronnie. I'm so glad you brought me to the races today. This is my first time, you know.
Yes, I know. Now, let's see. In this next race...
And, darling, did you notice the women? Most of them are wearing some lovely things.
Benita, please. I'm trying to pick a horse for the next race.
But, Ronnie, you don't have to do all that figuring. Why not just bet on the winner?
Just bet on the winner?
Why, certainly. Isn't horse racing like wrestling? Don't they know ahead of time?
I'm afraid now, darling, you see, horse racing is a sport. Wrestling is just something they use to sell television sets. Benita, would you like some coffee?
I'm not going into the clubhouse with you carrying that Oscar under your arm.
That's just it. We won't have to go to the restaurant for coffee. That's why I brought my Oscar.
What?
Well, you see, the head screws off. I made it into a thermos bottle.
Darling, you shouldn't have done that. It was quite an honor winning the Academy Award. By the way, what picture do you think will win this year?
Oh, I don't know, Benita. There are so many good ones to choose from. There's Johnny Belinda, Treasure of Sierra Madre, Hamlet.
What about Nightmare Alley?
Oh, Nightmare Alley is not a new picture.
Oh, it is?
No, they took the horn blows at midnight and ran it backwards. Let's see. I just can't decide on a horse for this next race.
Well, Ronnie, why don't you bet on the horse that Mervyn Leroy told you about?
Oh, yes. He gave me Early Bird. And he knows horses. Yes, and look, it's a long shot, too. Well, that settles it. That's the horse I'm going to bet on, Early Bird.
Good for you. Oh, my, what a big crowd here today. Seems as though everyone we... Oh, Ronnie.
What is it, Benita?
Look to your left, 6 hours over.
Who is it?
Jack Benny.
What?
What will we do if he sees us?
I don't know about you, Benita, but I'm going down to the starting gate and run around the track.
Shake hands with your jockey.
No, Benita, are you sure that's Benny? Let's have a look through those field glasses. Yes, it's Jack, all right.
You're looking through the wrong end.
I know what I'm doing, darling. It puts him farther away from me.
Is Mary with him?
I don't know. I just lost him in the crowd.
Say, Jack, the next race will be on in a few minutes. Aren't you going to make your bet?
Yes, Mary, $5 on Audacious Man.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Dennis.
Dennis, I didn't know you came to the races.
Oh, sure. I just cleaned up on a horse in the fourth race. Number 12.
Number 12? What was the horse's name?
Who cares about his name? It's the number that's important. That's my system.
You've got a system?
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, according to your system, how come you bet on number 12?
Well, I took the jockey's weight, which is 105, and then I divided it by 3 because this is the third month of the year, and that makes 35.
Uh-huh.
And then I subtracted my age, which is 26, and 26 from 35 leaves 9.
Uh-huh.
And then I added 3 and bet on number 12.
Wait a minute, Dennis. I followed you all the way down to 9. Why did you add 3?
How else can you get to 12?
Oh.
Dennis, you shouldn't be here at all. You don't know anything about horses.
Oh, don't be too sure about that, Toots. I know all about races and betting. I follow every racetrack in the country.
Oh, you know all about betting, eh? Well, let me ask you something. What's a mutual?
That's a network that didn't offer you a job.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd know. You know?
Say, Mr. Benny, I meant to tell you, you were sensational on the Ford Theater Friday night. Simply wonderful.
Oh, did you hear it, kid?
No.
Then who told you how good I was?
You did.
Oh, yes. Come on, let's go over to the $5 window, Mary, and... Hey, Mary, look down there.
Where?
Down that aisle. Isn't that Ronnie and Benita Coleman?
Oh, yes.
Well, come on, let's go over and talk to them.
Jack, they came to the track to enjoy themselves. Now leave them alone.
But, Mary, if they knew I was here and didn't stop to say hello, they'd be heartbroken. Now, come on, right down this aisle. Gee, Ronnie is handsome. I wonder how I'd look in a mustache.
Well, they don't look good on everybody. Now take my sister, Babe.
Oh, be quiet. Your sister, Babe.
Hello, Benita.
Hello, Mary. Hello, Jack. Why, Ronnie, look who's here.
Oh, hello, Ronnie. Aren't you surprised at meeting me here?
Ooh, am I?
You know, Ronnie, there must be 100 people here that I know, and yet I just had to come over and say hello to you.
Well, thank you, Jack. Now, don't keep the other 99 waiting.
Oh, I can see them later. Say, Ronnie, what horse are you going to bet on?
And now, coming out on the track are the horses for the 6th race.
Ronnie, have you picked your horse yet for the next race?
Yes, Jack.
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Who are you betting on?
Early bird. What?
Early bird hasn't got it.
Jack!
Mary, I'm only going to tell him to bet on my horse. Look, Ronnie, forget about Early Bird and put your money on Audacious Man. He'll win by 8 lengths.
Ah, Jack, my mind is made up. I'm going to play Early Bird.
But look, Ronnie, it's silly to come out here and just bet on any horse, especially after driving 6 hours to get to the track.
Well, in my car, it's 40 minutes.
Gee. Look, Ronnie, I've been studying these horses all season. I know what I'm talking about. Audacious Man can't lose.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack, but I'm betting on Early Bird.
Well, okay, Ronnie, it's your dough. But don't say I didn't tell you.
The horses are nearing the starting gate.
Well, I'm going up the window to make my bet. $5 on the nose.
Now, if you girls will excuse me, I'll go up and place my bet, too.
Ronnie.
Yes, Benita?
Jack Benny is betting $5 on Audacious Man.
I know.
Well, Ronnie, if Jack bets $5 on a horse, he must know something.
Well, no, I don't care. I'm going to stick with Early Bird.
But, darling, think of it. Jack Benny betting $5.
Benita, maybe you're right. I'll take his advice and play Audacious Man. I'll be back.
Benita, it's fun coming to the races once in a while, isn't it?
Yes, I've enjoyed it tremendously. In fact, Ronnie and I are making a day of it. On the way home, we're stopping off for dinner at the Sportsman's Lodge.
The Sportsman's Lodge? Jack is having dinner there, too.
Oh, well, please don't mention it in front of Ronnie. I've got my heart set on going.
The horses are in the starting gate.
Well, I did it, Benita. I bet on Jack's horse. $100 on Audacious Man.
Good.
Now they're all lined up. They'll start as soon as they can quiet Autocrat. He's a little fractious. He's dancing around a bit. Whoops, he's backed out of the gate. Now he's dancing back into the gate. As you know, Autocrat was trained by Arthur Murray.
Say, this is exciting.
And there they go. Going into the first turn, it's Pitchwood in front. Natural is second. Straddle is third. Early Bird is fourth. And Audacious Man.
Come on, Audacious Man.
Ronnie, stop waving your Oscar. Coffee is coming out of its ear.
I wonder what happened to Jack.
Coming around the far turn, it's still Pitchwood in front. Natural is second. Straddle is third. Audacious Man is now fourth by half a length. And Hemet Squad.
Come on, Audacious Man. Audacious Man.
Driving down the home stretch, it's Straddle in front.
Here I am, kids.
Pitchwood is second. Audacious Man is third. And here comes Triplicate and Early Bird.
Come on, come on.
And now, coming into the finish stretch, it's Straddle, Triplicate, and Hedgewood. And coming up fast on the outside, it's Early Bird. It's Straddle and Early Bird. It's Straddle and Early Bird. Now Early Bird is pounding hard. They cross the finish line, and it's Early Bird the winner by half a length.
Ronnie, we won. We won.
What do you mean, we won?
I bet on your horse, Early Bird.
You what? Jack, do you mean that when you left here you didn't bet on Audacious Man?
No, you talked me out of it. Ronnie, what are you so unhappy about?
Jack Benny, I bet on the horse you gave me.
You did? Ronnie, how could you be so silly? Ooh.
Benita, you shouldn't have done that. He's wearing glasses.
Well, I don't blame her.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Heart Association is in need of $5 million to carry on their fight against the nation's leading cause of death. This money is needed to develop more local heart associations, which will serve the community by unifying all local medical, nursing, and welfare services into one effective program. So please send your contributions to your local heart association or the American Heart Association, Box 500, New York City. Open your heart. Give to fight heart disease. Thank you.
Jack will be back in just a moment. But first, Smoke a Lucky to be your level best. Smoke a Lucky to be your level best.
You see, Lucky's fine tobacco picks you up when you're low, calms you down when you're tense, puts you on the right level to feel and do your level best. Yes, fine tobacco can do that for you. And that's why it's so important that you select and smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco Lucky Strike. For as every smoker knows, LSMFT, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. No wonder Luckies are the overwhelming choice of the tobacco experts. Men who can see the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy that fine, that light, that naturally mild tobacco. So when you choose your cigarette, be sure to make it Lucky Strike and get on the right level, the lucky level, where you feel your best and do your best. Yes, the next time you buy cigarettes, ask for a carton of Lucky Strike.
Feeling low,
Feeling tense.
these 8 words are common sense. Smoke a Lucky
To be your level best.
Smoke a Lucky
To be your level best.
Oh, Ronnie, what's the difference if you did lose? We had
at the races.
I don't mind losing, Benita, but why did I let Benny talk me into betting on his horse? I should have my head examined.
And now, coming across the line of finish is Audacious Man.
Go on, you glue pot. Your mother wears blinkers.
Stop it!